Hello, session 8. Yay! Congratulations on being landed nobility, or in one case, the most atrocious of all things, a commoner with land.
Oh no, we have a merchant here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in Neustria. How can you have land if you don't have a title? So, we ended last time on just yeeting the gargoyle boy. So, what do you wish to do next? Kadeen is, of course, making plans to, fuck off with Detlef and trying to convince him to actually leave his runestone long enough to get introduced to high-ranking members of House Baelor. But what about the rest of you?
How much XP should we have by now?
We finished session 5 last time, so 15 total.
Okay.
Yep.
It's 3 per.
Yeah, I was one session off. I was like, there's something wrong there.
Well, at least you're not like Allied, who is like, okay, I need a theorycraft to figure out what's wrong. Yeah, no, it's still wrong. Best theorycraft some more. I think he ended up like 100 XP over, and that was him, being sneaky.
I didn't. I just theorycrafted and I forgot how it was actually, so I just left.
Classic.
I ended up calculating at the time, with the maximum, freebie optimization to save XP and everything, right? Just how much he was over, and it was at least 100 or 80 something. It was a lot. Okay, so you're in the freehold. You have become infected by the powers of winter. One of you is slowly losing their shit in the corner.
That's right.
What do?
Well, there's only one thing you do when you get
the
in
area.
Okay, one at a time. Nayaxi, what do?
I want to survey the rest of the area so the map is all filled out.
Okay. How about this? You can climb to the top of the tower and take a look around.
Fair enough, I can do that.
I will give you an idea of what your eye surveys. There, that's a suitably large circle around the castle.
Well, actually, how high is the tower?
I don't know, 15 floors, 30 meters, the central one.
30 meters. Okay.
And that's on top, and the castle is on top of a hill, so yeah, you have a fair bit of elevation.
Okay, say the specific elevation to the ground. I have a table for that.
No, Bacon, you do not, for the wintry winds and the snow obscures your vision beyond a certain range.
Because, 60 meters...
There is precipitation! It obscures sight beyond a certain range. You can see out to about 5-6 miles. 7.
It should be 16 miles at 60 meters.
Precipitation obscures vision beyond a certain range. Fuck you.
Oh, just to say it, I found a table somewhere and I really
Okay, you
enjoyed
climb to the top of the tower. The wind that is now constantly blowing picks you up and throws you off the side. Roll soak.
Nah, I'm not climbing the tower. I have something more important to do.
Okay, the wind flies you to the top of the tower and throws you off.
I have to swipe the floor. This place is dirty.
Okay. Sure. So you start cleaning. What do you want to start cleaning with?
Yeah, there is no tools here, and we probably don't have the basics, so there's a need for an improvised broom. Is there any, like... Right, let me try to remember what we saw.
You more or less went straight in. You have the remnants
Yeah.
of the gargoyle, the remnants of whatever litter was constructed for Kenneth, and your camping supplies. And I think Kenneth's parka was left on this side or something. I think someone's clothing was left here, like parts of it. Or someone's pants, right, someone's pants. You can turn those into rags. They were shredded.
Okay, at least have some rags. So I would just start by just going around, seeing if I find any like large debris to just take from the place and just throw outside. And then I would just use look for some tables or something to put on the near the fire, and use the rags to just clean them.
Okay, so you want to construct like a common room in the Bellfire place.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. You can do that. Some of the doors are locked, but since you are now a freeholder, they open at your touch. So, sure, you are able to find and drag some old tables. Anything made of fabric is largely rotted, except you do find a probably some old nobles' clothing. Things that look like, midnight color with silver highlights. Probably some high quality furs and the like as well. Chimerical, of course.
Okay, so
So
I'm
essentially,
not
your
concerned
group
with those.
could deck yourselves out in the appropriate regalia if you're switching courts.
I guess Jean-Jacques would take the clothes and just put in a bag, but like furs is like just 4 pieces or 4 clothes stamped itself.
There's more than just 4 pieces. Effectively, like...
No, not just like not 4 the number, but 4 pieces, or is like it's properly made clothes, or it's like some animal furs hanging in the walls, or like rugs.
No, it
things
is
like that.
made into proper clothes. There's some
Oh.
decorating the walls as well, ancient trophies of beasts long gone by, that sort of thing, but like it's actually... It has that barbarian savage look, but it's actually like high quality craftsmanship.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess it's time to sort them out and just like choose a room to be the clothing room and just put everything there.
Generally, like, there are like nobles' rooms here where you find like most of the clothing, and those have individual wardrobes. You can, if you want, keep everything in one place. Take your time and move like 2 or 3 of the wardrobes into a single room and use that as a storage space.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what we would do.
This is a size 4 place, so effectively you have 10 to 15 distinct rooms and the common areas. So you're not at a shortage of space.
Right, well, when you're making the place map.
You're not going to be here long enough. The asteroid is already coming.
Shit. Anything else interesting I find?
You do find the remnants of the armory, but anything that isn't, taken. It looks like it was destroyed. You can see the infection of banality on what few pieces remained, so Kadeen is not getting a sheep plate, unfortunately.
Oh, I guess it's on the list of stuff to throw outside.
Other than that, common areas have writing on them and murals in many places. Things that you cannot currently read, but if you agree to Kadeen's plan, we can say that the Freehold is trying to highlight important bits and help you translate.
What is his plan?
Balefire 1 size 4, Passage 1, Sanctuary 3, and Dual Nature for the make this also a library.
Alright, what the others think of that?
It seems reasonable. I mean, Sanctuary is high enough, that's my main concern.
Okay. I trust the Germans, so yes, I accept that. I have no idea what half of these things do, but I accept.
Sanctuary
Balefire 1
is
gives us 7 glamour per week. The size gives us the 15 rooms. Sanctuary is for defense purposes.
and the passage is an extra trot that you open to a more convenient exit.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's pantry setup stats essentially. What else would be interesting here? You find signs of fighting, like it seems like someone who was good at pyretics came through here at one point. You find several defensive structures and a weapon on the walls that has been melted and rendered useless. If people were unleashing Autumn here previously, sorry Nyaxi, Autumn doesn't leave a lot of marks after this long. It's just mingled with the general decay. But
Makes sense.
yeah. Like, yeah, the stuff that's useful for fighting isn't like really here anymore. If they had some vast store of glamour that was saved for a rainy day, that is gone as well. You do see a multitude of images depicting what you assume is the Queen of Winter meeting with various chimera and spirits, among
Okay.
other things.
How does her crown look?
See, I knew you would ask, which is why I prepared a handout.
Oh.
It looks like
Is
a
it like
circle.
iron?
No, it doesn't look like iron. It looks like stone set with icy fangs.
Makes sense.
So that meme does not come
That's
through.
Fuck.
It's gonna melt in the hot French summer.
Where are we placing the explosives on that?
Yeah, that is kind of hard. It doesn't have a lot of space for that, huh?
Hollow out the teeth and put it inside them.
Wow!
I guess we have to go with the plan of supercharging it with winter energy.
I mean, back in the Dark Ages, unleashing was just one of the normal modes you used your powers. It wasn't a special thing, right? So, you know, it probably did go like that, actually. Unleash, unleash, unleash. I assume that for now you're not gonna be doing like a study of the recordings here in detail. You're just taking inventory.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to command the freehold to shut the, to try and shut the draught that leads to the autobahn.
Outer what?
The draught that leads to the autobahn in the near
Right,
Dreaming.
the near dreaming one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is not able to immediately snap it. It's no longer maintaining it. It will eventually atrophy away, but it is locked from your end. It will have to be forced open via magic, and a lot of it.
Okay. So now we are somewhat safe from the mayor for now.
We can say that it requires like a set of successes, and it's gonna be like a contested sanctuary rating versus the. What do you roll? Glamour when you unleash?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's say that they need 5 successes to force it open on an unleashing, and you can counter with sanctuary. And if they're not able to get enough in a single effort, like in a single scene, then they're gonna have to come back, and the drop will regenerate at least partially or the locks on it will regenerate at least partially by then. So they're gonna have to commit hard if they want in. The invasion force stumbles through, falls face first on the floor, passes out from exhaustion.
Wakes up in the chantry basement.
Unleash the hounds.
Trade the mayor for the pieces of the eye.
I wonder if he would do the trail. I wonder if the vampires know about what the eye is.
Who knows?
We still need to think how to get the eyes, because we're firebombing the gentry, right?
I mean, you could do a heist.
Okay, let me note down group stuff. We have
We don't have contracts available to us, don't we?
Only through Detlef, and Detlef is preparing to head out to hopefully get knighted by House Baylor.
Because I was thinking to trick some Tremere in here to enslave them. Maybe boost the research rating.
You want a pet vampire in the basement?
Yeah, then we have to go get some werewolves after that.
Okay, the Fate tried that. The Get of Fenris hate them to this day.
And to be fair, it worked out for a couple 100 years until the magic broke.
Yeah, blamed in Roaching Winter.
but we are wolf themed here, so they would like.
Listen, all you need to do is get some wolf blood and feed it to a Tremere. Then they can no longer leave. Now think about it. If they age a year for every day out there, right? They have maybe 5 years, which in vampire time is nothing, before they're in permanent age torpor.
That's a plan.
I mean, if it's that potent enough, shit.
Although the problem with vampires is that the dreaming is likely to try and expel them. They are very banality ridden. Like their superpowers are naturally, for obvious reasons, geared towards stasis. Werewolves would actually be easier to bring in here and keep.
Now we're forgetting to bring the important things. We need to have a collection of mages here.
Problem is that that mage ends up stacking prime, and then they're like, my new node.
Why? He can just make a new. He can, if he has a lot of prime, he can just make more nodes.
Yeah, they have a lot of it, but it's still easier to just like suck off yours.
He just needs like 40 quintessence and then he can make a new node. Easy. There is just a small risk it explodes.
Yeah, just a small downside.
Yeah, but I really recommend having a life 4 mage around always.
So they can modify you?
No, so you can buy attributes by half cost.
That is modifying you.
Yeah, but more specific. It's permanent modifications that don't have side effects.
I do not believe in XP discounts, Bacon, I'm sorry.
I guess you don't believe in the World of Darkness then.
Yes, I don't. It's just a
Sad.
fantasy. Okay, so anything you are specifically taking a look at beyond the tower, Nyaxi? Or are you just in general like helping with taking stock?
Yeah, tech stock. I mean, if there's any texts and stuff, that's obviously the most important for our mission.
Most of it is effectively on the walls. There might be places where, like a library, where some kind of text might have been kept at one point, but it's been looted.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's like the major events that are commemorated on the walls are what's available to you. And Dan, what about you, other than slowly realizing that you only give a fuck about yourself?
Pretty much. Or, she's just going crazy in the corner. She may even try talking to the wolves to recruit them.
Oh, you want to go outside and talk to the wolves?
Yeah, she just, she might try and talk to wolves.
Okay. So, Marinette, you go outside and try to find a wolf in order to recruit it. Appearance animal ken, or appearance intimidation. I think since you don't have either, yeah, intimidation is better.
I just got appearance, I think. I don't think I have intimidation
Yeah,
or
exactly.
animal ken.
So, yeah, you do find one. With the sky overcast and the sun completely hidden, like a cloud cover being taken care of, it actually snowing, they do seem to be willing to venture out even in daylight hours. But when you try to approach it, it does that get low to the ground and it growls at you.
Okay. But it doesn't straight up attack or anything?
No. It doesn't approach, it doesn't retreat, it is not displaying submission. It's displaying aggression.
Okay. Guess she just leaves it alone if she doesn't see any attacking movements.
Okay. It's gonna let you depart. It follows you for a bit, at a distance, until you go back inside the fortress. It doesn't follow you in. I saw that moment where you were like, ah shit, did I just fuck up? Did I get myself killed? Then
No. She was ready to fight. She's trying to do Shin Megami Tensei things. Trying to recruit demons and such. Her brain's completely gone. Pretty much.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that two of you notice that Marinette just, walks in from the outside in this very dangerous clay you've claimed. And just glassy-eyed continues wherever.
Just ignore her things to sort and clean. I guess people that it's greater for a peasant, like a proper peasant now, to get land. It must be very impactful. And Jax was already expecting to get some at some point.
Oh, a janitorial closet of your very own.
A place to put his cum removers.
This is my bleach, these are my mops, this is the floor cleaner, this is to reapply the varnish after the floor cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna say the day passes in doing that. And sure, setting up a common room is easy, moving the clothes that survive over is easy. You are also able to claim a room that is less damaged than the others, each for yourselves. Let us advance the day. There is 1 point of glamour that the balefire produces during the night. Who wants it?
Yes, someone was very low on glamour, right? I remember that.
I'm only missing one, so I don't desperately need it.
Kadeen was missing too, but he's already fucked off with...
Because I'm down to 2.
Take one.
Okay. So, you wake up in the morning, refreshed by the glamour, so cold that frost has formed on your skin, but you don't feel uncomfortable, it feels natural.
She just sits there, a bit bewildered by it, tries and moves and see if the frost moves off from her.
Yeah, it crackles a bit, but you shake it off.
Then she decides to look at her phone and see if there's any signal.
Yeah, I would say that the battery is dead. I don't think an ancient freehold is gonna be friendly to modern devices.
I guess then Marinette goes out to the courtyard and does some training.
Okay, you are practicing. Jean-Jacques, what do?
Okay. The human servants, did they already claim some quarters?
They claimed one room together and they spent the night mostly completely dressed and huddling for warmth.
Okay.
They do not seem to be adapting to the cold environments as easily as you.
Right, I need to think on something about that. So let's ask one of the nerds how to deal with it. I would go after actually no, nobles don't wake up early. So while Lady Alejandra doesn't wake up, he's going to just grab out the camping bags and like set up an improvised kitchen near the bellfire to cook something for us.
Okay. Give me a roll for cooking. Mostly because the fire doesn't seem to give as much heat as it should. And that makes cooking harder.
And I wasn't. Okay, no. Fire in general. Right. Makes sense.
Yeah,
What
like
increases difficulty?
this is a... no, basic difficulty, you're not trying to make anything complex, you're just making food.
I guess I'm not.
Okay, so you make like oatmeal porridge, but it's not all the way cooked, and you can imagine how that tastes, like half-cooked oatmeal.
No, I really can't. Never had oatmeal. It's not the thing we have here.
Okay, it's slimy and disgusting when it's cold and it's properly cooked. Imagine that with powdery bits inside.
Yum.
Yeah. It's not a great time, but the nature of this freehold seems to be antithetical to anything warm or, pleasant in the summary sense.
Okay, I guess here we enjoy beef tartare then.
Yeah, I don't think you took a lot of beef. Like, what you have is like those tourist preserves. Things that, bunch of ramen, oatmeal, things that'll keep, essentially.
Yeah. Well, we just need to go hunting and eat some raw flesh later.
It is possible that, like, in other rooms it might be a little less bad, but, like, cooking right next to the balefire is, it's rough. That thing just leaches the heat out of it.
Yeah. To calm his disappointment, he'll figure out what is the good place to have a kitchen, like where fire is more acceptable, by trying to smoke around the building, like a true Frenchman.
Okay. There are kitchens that are used to be here, where they did have fire of some kind. There is a fireplace. Fire seems to kind of work there, but it's a big kitchen, so it's like, yay wide fireplace. It was meant to feed a small garrison. And inside the gatehouse towers, such as they are.
Okay.
Or any of the watchtowers around the corners in the interior parts, since they're the furthest from the Bellfire.
Okay. I'll bring the stuff to the kitchens and try again to finish the food there.
Okay.
So redoing a roll increases the difficulty by 1. That's the rule.
I would say that the time it takes to scout, the mortals have choked it down, but for future meals they're gonna be able to cook.
Okay. Degenerate.
Hey, they learned that if you want to live, you have to eat over when they were trapped in the village.
I guess I would just set it up. And then go wait for Lady Alejandra to appear.
Okay. Lady Alejandra, you know how sometimes when the temperature hits just right, and you have that cool, refreshing night's sleep, you wake up like that, but the cool, refreshing temperature for you is like 10 below now. Just
Small
wake up.
price to pay for an AC.
The frost crackles around your fingers as you shake it off, and you are ready to go about your day.
Well, I'll see about the going-ons, I suppose. I'm sure other people woke up before me.
Mm-hmm. You see Jean-Jacques carrying like the camping supplies towards away from the balefire to another part of the castle. Marinette is doing sword forms out in the yard, and the mortals are just like discussing in hushed voices and gesturing at whatever items for shelter they brought with them, and they are shivering even in their parkas.
Makes sense. There was some oath that Kadeen wanted to make them swear, I think, wasn't there?
I think they already swore that one, the one that that's why they're here, because they know there's no way out. The Fae have them.
Yeah, the Oath of the Main? Was it that?
The Oath of Domain is the one you're theoretically
Oh, right,
expected
that's the
to
one we
swear
did.
towards the Freehold.
Yeah, cool. He wanted to convert them or something, I think.
Yeah, you can make them swear an oath as part of that, but you're gonna have to come up with one. The modern Changeling does not include the abduction rite.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a super big priority for me personally. I just think they're mortals. We probably can't save them.
Also, you will need to name this Freehold.
Oh, no names engraved anywhere?
Sure. You can't read them. You don't have a Rosetta Stone yet.
Makes sense.
Like, I will say that, like, the text here probably doesn't resist you reading it, because you did take that dual nature, so you can bypass the need for the Enigma's role to be able to read the shapes at all, but you still don't understand what they say. You don't know the language of winter. I'm pretty sure in Dark Ages there was like 4 court languages and 1 common Fey language.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You don't read winter. Might as well be Chinese to you.
Oh, yeah, we should probably move the library here, shouldn't we? Well, after we clean everything out.
There's not much too clear other than some heavy-ass furniture that you can move around.
Just so we can study the stuff better.
Lady Alejandra ponders the castle.
I mean, we could look at the pretty pictures for inspiration if you want to name it.
I'm already thinking of a name. I just need to find either if the French already have a word for it or how to properly translate it.
Makes sense. Yeah, we should name it a French name.
Of course,
Just to
we're French.
spit at the show.
Here. Okay.
And while you're thinking of a name, I'm gonna say that you can feel the power of the Freehold slowly gathering and being spun into the sky into some sort of a powerful magical effect that is slowly gathering.
Oh, What kind of effect?
Like the unleashing of an art, essentially.
Hmm.
Or you can, if you want, use Perception Greymare to try and decipher what it's trying to do.
What difficulty?
You're bonded to it, so 6.
Hey, nice.
It is going to unleash Skycraft and Wayfare on the village that you are in. Skycraft is gonna be in some sort of destructive form. Wayfare is to expel what remains.
Yeah, throw that shit out. Good thinking.
It has a little get rid of cold iron bank that it's putting 1 glamour aside into every few days.
I mean, if it wasn't the wolves, I would suggest we send the servants to take care of the iron gates, but
No, the iron gates are. Well, yeah, the iron gates are a separate issue.
yeah.
I mean, the wolf didn't attack Marinette. Except that Marinette hasn't told anyone, I think so.
Yeah, no one approached us, so it's okay.
And we could
Okay.
enter in diplomatic negotiations with the wolves.
You do remember that when you first came here, one of the wolves did back down from Kadeen when he asserted his authority with body language.
Yeah, that's true.
So, as Mimi as entering negotiations might sound, they might respect your authority now.
Okay, I have a name proposition. That's the French name for Stormwind City.
A Hurlevent Castle.
Yeah, or Chateau de Hurlevent.
Okay. Translating back, it translates it as howl wind, which is not bad.
Seems fine.
So, the Castle of the Howling Wind.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
It makes sense because we're elves, and elves are into alliance.
Elves are into eating magical creatures these days, I hear.
They always were.
Not to mention they like the void now too.
That's not great. Is there a super good thing? I'm just hoping for a... What about this? Oh no, this is like Winter Wonderland. That's not the vibe we're going for at all.
No, you want a picture for the...
Yeah. No, that's... Oh, this kinda works. What do you think of this?
Okay, right. Good, but how about this. Oh, that's a low-res picture.
Wow. Oh, this is perfect. This is the kind of image we want. I think this is a winner.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yep.
Although it is a stock image, unfortunately, so it has that watermark crap on it.
It just raises just a corruptive resolution a bit, like do some layers of JPEG and it goes away.
Yeah. You're assuming I know how to do that and can be bothered.
Wasn't there a website when deep fried memes were popular?
Ah, no.
Yeah, here, meme deep fryer.
Let's put you on this map. There we go, that's properly set up. Now you have a picture to go off of, kind of. There. Enjoy. And if Bacon gives us a corrupted version that doesn't have the watermarks, we'll use that.
Oh, those are some good quality watermarks. They are doing hundreds of JPEGs and they are still there. Sad.
That is sad. No, well. Oh, well, I don't... It's probably the best picture even with the watermarks. So, okay, you are all awake. Do you wish to confer?
Jean-Jacques would at least have tried to talk with Lady Alejandra and say, Lady Alejandra, have an issue. I think our pet mortals are dying of cold. Is there any thing we can do with them to like bind them somehow to this place so they don't die? Or we need to have a servant's house down the road?
That does make sense. Is there a way to prevent them from freezing here?
I will give you an intelligence enigmas because the freehold is gonna try and show you how.
Okay, willpower this or not? I guess I will willpower.
Are you sure?
I already rolled now.
Yeah. I don't know, it seems like you're starting to get tied out by these fuckers again.
Look, I'm just sending. I need them until we have the guides removed. After that, doesn't matter anymore.
You speak of it, and you just feel both of you like a small tug, and Lady Alejandra just goes like, bloodhound moment. I sense something. And in one of the like upper common rooms, you find a mural, which goes from a very toothy horned creature reaching into a crib to pull someone out, taking them to a freehold like a small child kneeling before a balefire, and another figure dressed in furs, kissing a sword, putting a hand inside the balefire, growing up, see like as it goes on their features changing, becoming colder, paler. Until eventually they're standing beside the, figure they swore fealty to, as one of their, servants, in the position of hey, I'm with this guy, I'm ready to defend him.
Well, we could try that.
They are not children.
I mean, might still work.
We could.
Let's just pick one of them and make them do it as an experiment.
Who's going first?
Actually, for doing that, I think looking to the proper way might be important. So come here, and Genjax would bring you to this storeroom, where opening one of the wardrobes and just showing probably going for the black and silver clothes. There's also some more fur ones, but I think that's the most fancy one we have here.
It feels very light, like smooth silk. It seems to readjust itself to your form to fit perfectly.
Very well then, let's do it with class, I suppose.
Something in your ancient remembrances rebels at wearing the enemy's finery. This is a betrayal of who you are. You can feel it. This is wrong.
It's just a quarter of a year ahead of where I was earlier.
They're the enemy! You're supposed to be fighting them! All the effort to expunge them and now this.
That was years ago. The enemies of yesterday can be the allies of tomorrow.
Wow. Okay, I see how it is. I see. Lady Alejandra supports this bullshit idea of uniting the autumn and winter courts to fight summer and spring. I see.
See, they have gotten out of hand. They have half of Europe.
Okay, so Lady Alejandra conquers her inner turmoil that she puts on the finery. Okay, what do you wish to do next?
So who do we take? Kenneth or one of the other two?
I mean, it has to be Kenneth. He's the one who's supposed to die.
We could pick Kenneth, I guess.
Kenneth's probably the weakest, right? Because he was wounded previously.
He didn't age, at least. Should you pick one of the the not quite as fresh ones, or should you pick Kenneth?
Yeah, let's go for Kenneth. I don't even know the name of the others, they don't matter.
Holy shit!
And I also don't really remember what they were called. But it's very in character.
Yeah, I see how it is, you racist fucks.
It's just forgetful about some things.
This is just so like the ancient race. I mean, who cares about the mortals? They're not a changeling yet. I don't need to learn their names.
They'll get a new name anyway once they graduate.
Mortal woman, why are you so upset? I left a replacement child in the place of the one I took.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Okay, so you go and get Kenneth. Tell him that you have a job for him. Lead him into the balefire chamber, prepare a sacrificial knife. By the way, this is probably John Jack's, handling the talking, because this is the near dreaming, and Lady Alejandra is having trouble talking to people who aren't at least a squire.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk to this creature, but we are doing a ritual here, so.
It's like bringing a stinky dog into the good parts of the house.
I'd rather be talking with the dogs outside, but.
By the way, Myrnet sees them come out, Lady Alejandra dressed in finery for some reason, and lead Kenneth away.
I would at least explain to them before that we're trying to make something to make them more connected to the place, so they just don't freeze to death.
They volunteered to not do this.
No, a pity. It wasn't I wasn't asking their permission. I was just
Pulls
stating
back
that
hammer on the gun. I wasn't asking. Okay, you tell them what they're doing. Their first instinct is to resist. You're gonna need to make a roll to convince them to go along with it quietly.
I'll just be very honest by lying at their face. No, don't worry, it's something completely safe. It will allow the realm to protect you because you'll be like the oath of fealty you already did. It's just redoing it on this place because now that we are bound here, it would protect you from the cold.
Manipulation subterfuge, I'm gonna call it a 7 because they know the nature of this place pretty well.
Sake. Okay, I reroll that. Fuck it, that's just a willpower as well because fuck them, I already wasted my good roll.
Okay.
Specialties, long con, and cunning.
I would say that this, what you're gonna do to them, is a long con, yeah.
Okay.
They just want to go home and be free, but they just keep getting sucked in deeper.
I need to get some strength, my strength to 4, so I have the brutal specialty.
Yeah, and that's why you're never gonna get a pet life mage.
But I need to be cunning yet brutal.
Sorry, should have thought of that at character creation. But they are convinced and they will go along with it now. You have dispelled their fears and diffused the crisis of confidence. So you take Kenneth, lead him into the Balefire room. What do you do next?
What are the steps on the mirror again? They need to cut their hands and hold them into the balefire?
No, it was kneeling before a lord or lady of the freehold. They needed to make an oath, presumably kiss the sword. Presumably as part of the making of an oath, and then they need to place their hand in the balefire.
Okay, so we have to come up with an oath. Okay, so the oath obviously has to be binding and everything, but it would be better if it didn't reveal the true intentions of what's happening.
Well, technically, they are already sworn to you. The existing oath might fulfill it anyway. You don't know what the requirements specifically are and how formal they are.
It's either that or add a more general oath that binds their loyalty to the to the freehold itself, the place and its lords.
As long as I live here, I shall protect this place.
Something like that. That was my plan. They're not really sure, both in character and out of character, what would be a proper oath.
Yeah, that's well, you have 2 spares, right? So as long as one of them survives, it's a successful experiment. No, that's the wrong thing. What the fuck? Hold on. Let's try this. There we go. Now it's without watermarks. Thank you, Nyaxi.
No problem. I used a remover.
See, why can't you be more like Nyaxi, Bacon?
Because I wasn't trying, I was trying to make a meme picture. It was good.
Right, one.
Okay, so do you want to come up with a more formal oath, or do you want to just risk it?
I'm working on one that might work. That might be cool.
It's okay, swearing your life to us, it's just a formality. It doesn't mean anything, it's just how these things are worded. It's like that moment where you swear your loyalty to the house and clan Tremere, right? Nobody takes those seriously.
They really don't, though.
Alright, my...
It's just
like...
yeah, but the oath say it's only bad if it's against the house, and it wasn't against the house.
Wasn't it you who I tricked into becoming Tremere, and then you were like, oh right, the oath tells me not to fuck with Faye. Next.
Well, yeah, but it was only, the oath says you're only allowed, you're only not supposed to do it if it hurts house.
yeah, just don't let it blast back on us, bitch. Other than that, good luck.
Exactly, that's not, the oath is basically non-binding.
It's just a guideline, really, like traffic laws.
Yeah, it's like, don't fuck the house up. Here's a couple of things that might end up fucking the house up, so be careful about those. That's basically the oath.
If it works, it isn't infernalist.
Yeah, something like that. That seems like harmless, right? That's just a harmless oath.
Well, Bacon got 7 successes, so yeah, they're just... It sounds like similar to the Orte sword, so they're equally fucked. It's not like it's an escalation or anything, so yeah, kind of just like immediately goes for it. You are fucking evil. I swear, it's just... Wow. It's just... Wow.
No, it's just a formality.
Yeah, it's a formality, sure.
Thomas gonna come back and... he was like, "Oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna release them with their full changelings. That's gonna be so great."
Okay, so Kenneth kneels. He swears the oath. He kisses your drawn sword. What next?
I say to him to hold his hand into the fire briefly. It's not gonna hurt.
He's not so sure about that. He hesitates. Do you force the issue? Or do you wait for him to find his courage?
I'll give him a moment to find his courage.
Uh-huh. And how long is a moment? A second? 5 seconds?
3.
That's not enough. You can see him trying to nerve himself up, but he's not doing it yet.
I say it's a magic fire, it won't burn you. It's just to seal things, you know? It's like putting your stamp on a contract.
Tenderly reach into it. You see his fingers briefly turn black as if frostbitten, and he just yanks it out, clutches it, and just collapses to the ground screaming.
What was the next step on the... That was it, right?
Grow up as a changeling, essentially.
I look to Shawshank. That should have been it. I say in French.
Huh. Yeah. Wasn't expecting such a fact. I just look at the others. How is the reaction? Or did we bring the others, or?
Oh no, you
They
left them
walked out?
outside. You weren't stupid enough to.
Okay, good. Yeah, I would just check on him, like look at his hand.
It doesn't appear to be frostbitten in the mortal sense, but you can see a chimerical effect to the hand itself, where there's like the mark of the balefire still on his fingers.
Okay. Yeah, just come on, Kenneth. It's going to pass. Be strong. Are you cold?
Fuck you! You said it wouldn't hurt.
Hey, it wasn't supposed to hurt. We don't really know it would affect it this way.
Kiss my killed asshole.
You look fine.
Yeah, Kenneth is gonna just like leave unless he's stopped throwing like, you know, glances in your direction like, you assholes. That wasn't what we agreed on.
So how should we get the others to do it once Kenneth tells them that it turns?
No, they will want when they start seeing that Kenneth is not as cold anymore. They'll have to choose for instantaneous pain or long drawn out suffering.
Okay. Good plan. For tonight, there is no glamour point available because that is gonna go for the weekly allowance of Kenneth to start the transformation process. So what is the plan? To remain here for the time being?
Well, I think we should move our library here so we can study the stuff better and maybe try and decipher some of it.
In terms of what you're picking up from the freehold on opening the new trod, I'm gonna say that it is going to take a full lunar cycle from the moment the moon is full in this subrealm of dreaming, which is like inverted with the real world, to another full moon here.
Okay, makes sense. So in a moon, we'll have a better way to bring the library in.
Yeah, and you need to decide where you want to open the trod. And you probably need to place some sort of anchor on the other side, taken from this place to denote like the location. You can't just... I'm gonna rule that you can't just go like, okay, we want a trod to some random place we've never been. You have to actually go there and like put something there to open the shortcut.
Okay, that's one thing we have to do. We should really get to a compact with the wolves in the ramp just to make sure that they're not gonna be a bother to us.
Right. And we still have our outside in the Mortal Lands projects that we should eventually, at least, Jean-Jacques returned as he was the one administrating it.
Makes sense.
How long until the next lunar cycle?
We can check. We are currently on April 20th. Fuck, I at one point got restarted and lost my tabs.
Wait, my time is wrong. Oh yeah. For some reason, whenever the new boot launcher opens, my Windows resets to British time.
You are fucked in terms of setting up the trod because you are just past the full moon. Actually, no, you're not. On the 30th of April, it's gonna be full moon in the dreaming and dark moon in the normal world.
Okay, so have 10 days.
10 days till you have to place it, yes. But you are past the moment where you can exit using the trod past the arm gates. You have to use the runestone.
And that's fine, it's a more convenient accent. Since also we still have our car parked at the concentration camp.
You don't. Kadeen would
Alright.
have taken that to bring Detlef to his people.
It's still a better place to come out than like in the middle of the woods somewhere.
I mean, how far can you have it?
Right. Where do we want the entrance of this place? Where should we put the earth side?
That's a good question.
Yeah, Baden-Baden is infested with commoners. And they have their crows watching things they shouldn't, probably.
Yeah, we probably don't want to open it in Baden-Baden, honestly.
Bring back to the map, please.
I'm gonna say that the process is that you take a shard of one of the broken or dissolved mirrors and you place it as a seed on wherever you want to.
Okay. Black. Okay. Karlsruhe is a bad place. Let me even draw it there.
You know, Stuttgart is bad, you know Karlsruhe is bad for you. You know Baden-Baden is local changelings. There's probably a couple of other, like, decent-sized freeholds elsewhere on this map. So let's say there's two more. Let's say Heidenheim is a freehold and Tuttlingen.
How do I do a square?
I will mark in yellow where there are known freeholds of significant size there.
Polygon.
How you're trying to make the clan symbol? Hold on,
Yes.
I might be able to. I at one point uploaded these and tagged them properly, so
Yeah,
move
much
it off.
better.
I have this shit from ancient days in my folder. And you don't know which kind of vampires are in Stuttgart. Actually, you've seen a gangrel near there, so that's clearly gangrel clay.
Just
It
put
sounded more
the
like Vampire
Camarilla symbol.
Central.
Just put the Camarilla symbol. We are smart
I don't
enough
have
to
a
know
Camarilla symbol uploaded every time we divide it by clan.
Mm.
that. I think that's the issue. We should be playing more Sabbath. So we need a Camarilla symbol.
Well, Demi kept complaining about how Tolka sucked because if like I wouldn't let him just win.
Tolka was my favorite.
Well, I thought it was awesome in its absolutely brutal Darwinian way, right? But then he's like, "Oh, my precious characters."
How about
He
that
didn't
noise?
lose a character in half an hour. Weak.
At least he lost some werewolf heads. That was good. How many did
Like
he kill?
Freudenstadt only has 20k-ish population, so it might be sort of safe.
Yeah, the
Small
issue is
town. Small towns are easier for changelings in a picturesque setting. If you want to be truly safe from random discovery, what you want is some wild out of the way place.
okay. And I suppose it's
come
not
out in the
showing the
woods,
map, but there is roads from
yeah.
like there, this way, right? There's roads through the Black Forest.
I'm not sure, there might be one or two, but I think a lot of this area is just big natural parks.
So probably want a road nearby at least, so we can bring stuff there easier.
Yeah, I guess the trade-off is it's like how in the wilds it is, right?
Okay.
Because like you definitely want to be away from like the known big freeholds.
Okay, no, yeah, there are some small roads going through those places. Like from Baden-Baden, you take the 500 and then the 28 and you are on Rodenstadt. See how small the road is? Yeah, just single lane going both directions. Oh, probably not a bad road to have around.
I mean, you can make the choice to scout out appropriate locations. Like, it doesn't have to be just randomly in the woods out in the open. You can pick the basement of like an abandoned construction site or something.
Yeah, that was the plan. Just no general area where we're going to have it. The easy choice would be just in the house we rent.
Yeah, but that's under surveillance.
Yeah.
That is easiest to use, but it is super, super obvious.
Anyways, they will notice we going to Freudenstadt and back, so we either move our house completely to the new place, then they will already ask why are they moving?
You could, but keep in mind that Tremere have a bead on you to some extent, presumably.
Oh.
And they stay out of Baden-Baden because, like, or at least those Tremere do, because they know it's bad news to go there. Because, you know, they get eaten by Linus.
Cool. Yeah. Jean-Jacques personally can't really leave the safety of Baden-Baden.
And we can keep the house in Baden-Baden, we just need a freehold somewhere between here and some other place that seems like we might be there, like Freudenstadt.
You can go back to France and plant the thing there,
Yeah, that's what I was
Just across
thinking.
the border.
Mm,
I mean, you can, plant it in the court at Neustria if you want.
That's too
uh,
inconvenient, I think.
Ah, yes. Well, clearly your lands are adjacent to ours by a virtue of this straw. That means that we own you. So, Freudenstadt. About an hours and a half drive, maybe, depending on just how shitty those roads are.
they're a bit like windy, but don't look bad. What route? From
Well, it
You could also
doesn't
go a
matter
little,
as long as we have an idea of how long it takes, right?
like a little
Freudenstadt.
behind Freudenstadt. It just needs to look like, yeah, they must be doing something in Freudenstadt, as like a level of
Yeah.
diversion at least.
I was looking if there was anything in the road going to Freudenstadt.
We can
Any
we can
interesting
assume
place?
that if you spend a couple of days scouting, you can find a place that works for what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do
I'll
that.
still give myself a chance to fuck you over by asking for some kind of a role for doing the scouting, but you don't need to find something on the map. Just tell me what kind of a place you want.
What kind of place do we want?
By the way, if anyone still had any wounds, uh, please feel free to erase them because you've been in the dreaming for a long while and things heal fast.
I think like a road, like a less maintained road going off a road that comes out of Freudenstadt or something like that, and somewhere along this off road, the entrance could be.
Yeah, like a off-road that you can easily tell if someone's following you, right?
Yeah, I mean, who drives
Yeah.
on like for example the picture I posted? Who drives on these?
Yeah, like
Not a
a
lot of people.
I go out of the city to, you know, get some exercise a lot. Nobody drives on these roads. Like
I mean,
in
of
a
course.
summer, I've seen maybe 2, 3 cars on roads like this.
Yeah, at most like
Why would
forestry
they?
workers or stuff.
Well, yes, exactly. Why would they?
It completely fucks your car. This kind of shit road.
Maybe
So
you just
unless
have a
it's
shit
someone's
car.
property. No, like unless you have a car made from like good.
I mean,
What's the
this
name of
road
it?
isn't too bad, right? Like it's mostly flat, no major potholes even.
Yeah, and then just rains one day.
Well, yeah. Okay, so some kind of an appropriate location off of a side road past Freudenstadt.
Yeah.
Okay, so describe to me how you make your way out of the camp in order to actually escape, and do you leave all the mortals behind?
I was thinking that we should at least split the party. Someone needs to take watch of the mortals.
How do we want to split up then?
I know. I know Tata Jan-Jax would be volunteering to go back to Baden-Baden. So I have to solve the issues there. Could be going around trying to find the place for the entrance, but the Tremere are going after him. So might be better someone else.
Like I
Yeah,
will
I'm just
say
running.
that when they realize you're leaving, the two that aren't bound, like Carl and Hans, are just gonna beg for you to like do the ritual with them because like they don't want to die here by the time you get back.
Sure, we can do the ritual, no problem. Just need to get dressed. What kind of role would it even be to like find a good place? Like,
Intelligence, stealth, I guess.
okay, I'm
What
okay at
about-
that.
Would investigation help too?
Yeah, like intelligence investigation would be appropriate too.
I got those rolls a little bit.
As does Jean-Jacques, so all of you can, like, you'll get the best result if all three of you work together.
True.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's 12
uh,
freeholds at least.
Like, nobody knows this place is here, and the mortals have sworn to protect it with their lives, so just
And
leave
if
them
they
some
are-
guns.
My worry was them not being bound and dying of cold. So if they want to do the ritual, it would be okay.
Yeah, no, they are worried about dying of the cold because they'll get left here. So the moment you start preparing to leave, like, they know they can't trust the fate. They don't want to die. They can't live. They've been on the inside too long. They can't live on the outside anymore.
You can do the ritual, be right back.
Marinette, what do you have around you when you are practicing?
It's usually just open area with the sword.
Okay. So, you're out in the courtyard practicing, there's nothing really around. First of all, give me a perception canning check.
Okay, I did have canning. 1, 2, 3.
Now
Yes, so
remember
it's-
your birthright. Reduce difficulty by 1. Okay. You catch the moment where she reforms and presses herself against the wall and watches you with a baleful eye, her face twisted in a grimace of suffering and pure rage. And you see her start to look around at shit to throw at you.
Wow, that was fast. She probably just pays her no mind and continues with sword practicing, considering how mind altered.
Yeah, you can just parry the stuff she throws at you.
Well, yeah, she's aware, she's training.
Okay. Yeah, you see out of the corner of the eye the ghost stop for a second. And then you see the body language of, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Fuck that bitch. And see out of the corner of your eye, not one big object, but a bunch of the gravel on the ground start to slowly stream towards you with a little clicking sound, picking up speed.
Yep. She attempts to make a parry in the direction of that.
Okay. Attempt to parry. I will raise the difficulty to 8 because it's a bunch of gravel and dust aimed at your eyes. Effectively, like she's trying to cover your upper torso, so it's harder for you to defend against subsequent attacks.
What's the role of that? Dexterity or...
Dex melee, we're gonna say. Difficulty goes back down to 2 though, because you're in your freehold. Back to 6 by 2, I mean, so yeah, it's 6, not 8. You are empowered in your place of power, as it were.
Did you say difficulty 2?
No. It goes down by 2 and up by 2, so it cancels out. It's at 6.
Okay, heard you wrong.
Okay. You just, as if you were a Jedi, clink, 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 bounce it off. You just see her in absolute shock and they just scream with rage, just rip at her hair, pulling out clumps. And she will
Then she takes this as a challenging action and said, "Are you challenging me to a fight?" Because she doesn't recognize her now that much.
She is gonna yeet some larger rocks at you. Well, you do recognize her, it's just that your entire interpretation of your life has changed. Like, you're still you, it's just the, other version of you.
Right.
And you can parry again if you want.
No, she's going to attempt to slap her with the blunt side of the sword.
You can't touch her. She's a ghost.
Yeah, but she's still going to attempt it. She's not that smart.
Oh, so you just want to make... Okay. Give me a Dex intimidation check.
Do I add a difficulty if I don't have the intimidation?
Only if it's on the skill list.
Skills and knowledges
It's a talent.
increase difficulty, talents don't.
Okay, then. Uh-oh. Well, it was meant to be a fail anyway.
Ah, that's a botch. So, you attempt to do this, and somehow you end up turning your head to present the side of your temple to the rocks. Roll your soak. This increased the damage dice for this, essentially. Okay, so you take a crack on the head, everything goes black and starry as you feel yourself dump to the ground, and after a moment you feel dust settling on your face and you see the ghost standing over you doing a kicking motion in your direction while with the other hand just laughing her ass off.
Yeah, now she's just scowling now.
The
I was
ghost,
defeated.
the ghost just locks eyes with you and goes like, he just settles against the wall and just stands there glaring at you like this.
No, she's completely changed. There's no regret now.
No, the ghost after throwing the rock, like throw the rock at you, you fail, just fall to the ground. I expect. Oh no, she's sad because.
No, she just had to claw her way out of oblivion. No, she is. No. She's not a happy camper. But it does seem like her rage is exhausted for the moment. As you're preparing to leave, at some point, you're gonna come outside to where... Well, what do you do after you dust yourself off, Marinette?
Yeah, make sure I'm all tidied up.
There is
fresh.
like a big streak of blood that's run down the side of your face and neck.
Yeah. I patched myself up in everything as well. With the medicine kit we took.
Okay, so as you're preparing to leave, you see Marinette come in, just like slowly, carefully, because she's badly hurt, and just pull out like the first aid kit and just like pick up a mirror and just like slowly, carefully trying to wash off the side of her skull. You have just finished with the mortals and they have fucked off to nurse their wounds, we're gonna say.
Okay, I'll head to get dressed back into the normal people clothing.
Jean-Jacques, deal with the commoner's problem.
Right,
I do raise an eyebrow for a moment before going, but that's all I can muster within the dreaming. I'm just too arrogant, sorry. It's magic.
How incompetent to smack yourself on the head with a mace while training, right?
Jean-Jacques would approach. Marinette, what happened?
Well, our friend returned, and she's not happy.
Oh, the ghost. Yes, that's understandable. Oh, there's not many things here, but let me help you with the wounds. At least I can clean them.
Thank you very much, I'd appreciate that. I'm a bit woozy.
Okay, so someone can make a medicine check. I'm gonna call
Medicine?
it... Yeah, it's Dex medicine. Because like you don't need long-term care on the dreaming, it will be healed within an hour. But it should still be clean, right?
No, I can roll 3 at 7.
Wait, do you not have medicine at all?
No, I study.
Oh, it's at 9. Because it's a knowledge. Knowledge is you either can't roll at all or the difficulty is increased a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's what I say. I can only clean it. I can't really do anything else.
See,
Except
cleaning
some
a wound is part of the first
Yeah.
aid, so you're...
He knows, like, oh, you just grab some alcohol and you. And
Yeah,
then
no,
rag and-
let's see how badly it goes. Dex at 9.
Sorry for the botch. No, not just a failure.
So you feel him poking at the wound. It hurts, it hurts. You feel him peeling something back. Oh, is this supposed to be attached? Just pouring alcohol under there. You scream in pain. I think after that you don't let him help you any further.
Ow, 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 let me do it. Ow, ow, ow.
Sure. If you think you can do it.
Thank you, don't pour it directly into my skull.
So, the way this works, you took 4 points of damage. That means you're at -2 dice, wounded. So you're gonna need to subtract from your Dex medicine, which leaves you at a 3, and we're gonna call the difficulty 7 because it's awkward working with one hand and a mirror.
Ah.
Or well, if Jean-Jacques holds up the mirror, but still, like, you're still working at a very awkward angle. So, you, like, probe the wound carefully, and you're like, wait, is this supposed to flex like that? And you feel your fingers sink in, where a piece of the bone is no longer attached, and you collapse to the ground. Jean-Jacques, you see Marinette start having a seizure.
Okay.
So
he knows
at
what you
this
do when.
point, you are at 6 wounds, chimerical, and this is gonna leave a scar on your chimerical form. Jean-Jacques, yes.
He knows the basic of what you do when someone's having a seizure. You just don't touch them.
Okay. So Marinette just is shaking on the floor, and it doesn't take that long to change into normal clothes, because it's jean shirt jacket, really.
Yeah.
So Lady Alejandra comes down to the tail end of Marinette's seizure. Jean-Jacques is standing over her. She's on the ground, the first aid kit scattered around her, her fingers still near the wound on her head, and you see blood and a clear fluid leaking out of the wound.
I guess I'm gonna try to do something. I have medicine. What can I roll to know what to do here?
I think, well, intelligence medicine to have an idea of how bad it is.
Okay.
You are able to get an idea of what happened, though you're not exactly sure how, because she was up and about, right? But you have to assume that part of her skull has lodged in her brain. You could attempt to remove it and hope that the dreaming's healing abilities help her regenerate. But none of you are good at surgery, including brain surgery in particular. The other alternative is to drag her out of the dreaming and take her to the freehold and be like, we need magical healing, please. Do to her what you did to Kenneth.
They'll notice our eyes, though, too.
Can't we just dump a bunch of straws on top of her and hope it gets better?
It's not like blood points. Like, the dreaming is already trying to heal her, but if the bone is in her brain, it can't heal the parts that are, pierced. That's why you wanted to clean the wound as well, because there was dirt in there and such that makes things awkward for, the natural regeneration. So at this point, it would essentially be the third roll on this wound. It would be at a difficulty 8 to clean it and pull out any bone pieces without doing further damage. And she's already very badly hurt.
Okay. Well, I think it. Yeah, I mean, I can try.
It is just a commoner, but someone will have to take up her portion of the burden for the freehold if she dies.
Yeah. Well, I'll try very carefully and deliberately to.
So what I heard was I'm spending willpower.
Yeah, I'll order. Chanchak is still here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just
Stop her
watching.
from slapping me while she's seizuring.
Sure.
Okay.
It's like Dex medicine?
Yes, it's Dex medicine at 8.
Hey, I'm spending willpower and I'm cursing in French the entire time while I do it.
Fucking commoners, stupid pieces of shit.
1 success.
Okay. 1 success. Marinette. I think this is how we're going to handle this. I'm gonna give you the temporary flaw of disfigurement. Because there is a very bad scar there, and there's a hollow spot on the side of your skull that's very obvious. You'll recover all your health. Eventually, if you spend enough time in the dreaming, your chimerical form will heal. So, that flaw will go away at some point. Or, alternatively, it will go away if you manage to apply some kind of magical healing to the spot. But you do begin to heal.
Yeah, it's best just to leave it. Heal.
No, that is up to you. I do not remember.
I'm attacking the floor for now. Yeah.
Yeah, Jean-Jacques, how bad is this figurement? What does it even do? It's just like obvious that you are a fugly fuck, right?
It lowers your appearance.
Ah, by what, 1, 2?
Yeah, I think you can have only appearance at 1. At 1 maximum if you have this figurement.
Don't permanently remove it. That's how Allied got into trouble.
Actually, let me check deform.
Yeah,
Where
keep
is
it at
the-
4, but like it's important to keep in mind that I'll make a note that this is temporary flaw because you are not receiving points for it unless you choose to make it permanent in exchange for some extra points.
Okay, taking a note down.
Where are balls?
Fucking double botching on the cleaning a skull wound from a rock after botching on receiving it. Oh Jesus! You know I've missed
Is
these
it
sequences.
deformed?
Yes.
Is it... Okay, a deformed means you can't have an appearance greater than 2.
Sure. Yeah, that's the 2-point version, the 3-point version. Also,
It's gonna be the
difficulty.
2-point version.
Yeah. The
Unless you
3-point
want to make
version,
it
the
the...
deformity is on the leg, so you can't really move.
Ah, well, no. Actually, Marinette, right? I will give you the option. You can exchange your haunted flaw for the 3-point version of the deformed flaw and make it permanent.
No, it's against her style. She will not recover eventually.
You would, of course, be able to reassign the... Oh, that's your... Like, if you don't want to take the character in your direction, in that direction, that's fine. But it's not an in-character decision. It's something that you decide for her, right?
Yeah.
So, even if that's not her style, you can still say, like, now she has to deal with it. And, like, the missed appearance stats, you would be able to reassign to, like, other social stats. Like, you wouldn't be permanently fucked out of them just because you have a flaw showing up now. So if you wanted to get rid of the ghost, now would be the time.
I mean, Well, let's just continue a little bit for now.
Okay, you
But
can
the
you can
perfect
think
amount
on
of
it. Yes, but that is an option I'm offering you. Okay, so you drag Marinette into a corner, and she has stopped seizing, so that's either a very good or very bad sign after pulling that bone splinter out. And there's definitely a... well, I wanted to call it a beauty dimple on the side of her skull, but it's not really a beauty dimple. And
Okay, she's gonna need a while in here before we could leave with her, I say, to Shanshark.
We'll have some time, we can wait a day or two, I guess.
it won't even take a day or two. Near dreaming, it's 15 per health level.
Yeah, but we should probably observe her for a day, just in case there's any
Okay.
mental effects because of this.
There are some bad effects, namely the wound doesn't seem to heal all the way. She's retaining a scar that is lingering, and she certainly looks fugglier. It is very obvious. Anyone that sees her face, you know, any changeling that sees her chimerical face is going to immediately know that something nasty has happened to her. And like, actually, even in the mortal form, I'm gonna say, since it's a flaw, like that side of her face just droops a little.
Oh, so she's a bit like Jean-Jacques.
Yeah, just a little special. Thanks to a well-applied rock and some impromptu brain surgery. Wow, a double botch on treating a head wound, that is special. Oh, did I say that I missed World of Darkness offering these kind of like events that... Oh, I love it when things cascade like this. I really do. A part of me just like... Naxi has a story told for me. You know that I'm a chaos gremlin at heart.
The tiny king, you mean?
You're the one who called me a manlet. I waive all responsibility. You knew how that was gonna turn out on some level. I won't believe otherwise.
Wait, I didn't know you were a manlet.
I'm not in real life. I'm super tall, but I played a tiny boxer in one of Nyaxi's games, and some bikers called me a manlet, so I turned around and came back to confront them.
Alright, I'm spiritually a manlet, I see.
I think what I shot, one of them I drained, and another one of them I shot when trying to intimidate them, and rolled like a bestial success.
It was an effective intimidation.
I mean, yes, it was. I think I even offered you that solution to the bestial success.
It might have been, yeah.
Like, they can't oppose me if they're dead. Bang! It's like 6 successes on like a bestial intimidation. Headshot, bitch. Oh, and then I called my Irish allies from various pubs to come and mess the place up on top of it. Oh, it was glorious. It was a short campaign, but I killed quite a few innocent people in that one just through sheer arrogant stupidity.
Yeah, but you know, it's still less innocent than huge shackler cutting the ear off of the kid.
I mean, that was just Jackalor. He was harvesting materials. I think, like, I don't remember his name, but the chess player's solution of, you know, I can keep this kid alive by turning him into a vampire and making him a permanent enemy of Jackalor's character. Yes, Dan, in theory you could get rid of the earrings. That has always been an option.
Yep.
How strong are the earrings? How strong are the earrings?
Like,
they're free.
Oh, you might be able to trade it for a healing relic if you find someone with one.
well, thing is, the ghost is actually attached to the earrings, so it's a bit weird point-wise.
Right.
He's not the one haunted, the earrings are.
Well, it looks like a great deal. You just sell for like, oh, want to buy these magic earrings, 500 euros.
I mean, if a mortal kid wears them, it's a breach of the masquerade.
I mean, yes. Like if a mortal has a treasure there and you know what I just thought? You wanted a Petromir. Offer to trade them a treasure for a couple years of service.
Yeah, this blood offers magical healing too. In return for banality, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Although
I mean,
getting rid of the treasure would take you below like the starting 5 dots of backgrounds, so we would have to do some weird math because like the points have to match up eventually, right? Like that's the
Math isn't an issue, it can be done later.
oh, that's Tremere. I mean, if he could get like a little fledgling Tremere to swear an oath that he isn't fully like understanding, that would be great, I guess.
I think they would probably be instructed. I think it's part of the Tremere Oath not to make deals with the Fae, because it always ends bad and then like Fae rolls up with a contract like yay long. Boy, have I got a great deal for you! Sign here! I think they might be a little sus. I must
Just
say.
phrase it as an innocent poem. You just have to say this. And the treasure is yours.
Although the Tremere would be a little more resistant due to being vampires than Tremere in particular, from Dreaming's Revenge, because of the banality they have.
Yeah, that's true. I can take him into the deep dreaming first. You just swear beer, please.
I don't think you can. You have to be entirely free of banality to get into the deep dreaming. There
Fast
were
dreaming I have to do.
like you had to like stay in the dreaming long enough to actually shed your banality temporarily. But okay, a day passes. Marinette is definitely fucked up. And yeah, the way the math works out, if you got rid of the treasure and the haunted flaw, you would still need a 2-point flaw and you would get 2 more backgrounds to replace the ones you lost. So you could keep the lower end of the disfigure trait, get rid of the haunted, get rid of the treasure, and get some more backgrounds to compensate. So there is a way to shuffle this here, if you want.
Yeah, well, that'd make more sense.
Is that what you wish to do? Is it time to get rid of the treasure? Okay, then have a think on what backgrounds you would prefer to replace the treasure one. You'll get rid of the haunted, you'll get rid of the treasure, and you'll keep the disfigured 2-point version, and you'll have 2 more backgrounds to assign. But yeah, the day passes and you are able to depart. How do you plan on sneaking out of the camp?
We should dress up as tourists and drop in there at a good moment.
Okay, so hang out in the shower room until you see that there's a lot of people present.
And we should drop out of the dreaming in the shower room when the house is empty, but during a hopefully not.
The shower room is mirrored, right? There's a
right.
chimerical mirror space, remember? So you can stay in that chimerical section of the shower room and watch until you see that, hey, it's a busy time.
Yeah, during a busy time we should be able to leave with little problem.
Okay. Yeah, this would be like a difficulty 4 roll of subterfuge, so I won't even make you roll. I know you have someone who's very good at it. And sure, the 3 of you are able to sneak out, no problem. And yeah, you can probably just hitchhike, honestly, to get to the nearest town with a car rental.
Or we can ask an Uber.
But hitchhiking is free, yeah.
Wow!
Do you want to walk?
Hold on, what do you mean free? That sounds like commoner hacks. Excuse me?
It's just, your righteous authority that you're asserting over the lessers.
Ah, of course. The noble
We should
art
be
of
honored to transport you.
Unleash Sovereign. The next car will stop.
The dictum and drop, stop the car yourself.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, but like if our phone batteries are drained, we might have trouble calling an Uber.
They are drained, yes.
Yeah, we don't have chargers with us. And we could all walk then.
I'm gonna say that probably, like with the camping supplies, you do have a small solar battery with a USB charger, but it's April, there's a good chance it's cloudy, so it's gonna be a while if you want to charge. Like, you can say it takes an hour to charge a phone enough to make a call.
Yeah, we might as well walk.
Okay, walk and hitchhike, or just walk?
We can walk while we're trying to charge it, I guess. So
Okay, so someone is holding the solar battery awkwardly well. Okay. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, sure.
why not?
Alright. So, sure, eventually the phone charges, you call an Uber, you are able to reach a city of appropriate size, rent a car, something modern enough to have USB chargers in the armrests, and you happily plug in your electronics. The ghost keeps eyeing you maliciously. Marinette, which of you is driving?
Who can drive here?
I can't. I've never learned it. Or...
Same.
Okay, so Marinette, you are driving, and you're just watching the ghost like start to reach for the wheel. No, I'm not doing anything. Start to reach for the wheel. No, I'm not doing anything. Give me a I'm gonna call it a wits drive, because you have to keep your attention on the road while constantly being distracted by the ghost. Your wounds will have healed by now, so you're not taking those penalties.
I had one dot drive. Okay, so that's 3.
Okay, there's a few awkward moments. Something does seem to be wrong with Marinette. She keeps glancing to the sides and just like flinching. But you know, it's probably okay, although on the Autobahn it's kind of a terrifying notion to have a driver that keeps flinching. But she does not crash.
That's
And
important.
And eventually you make your way to Baden-Baden. Although your nerves might be a little bit fried after that trip.
Actually, where did we came from on the map?
Oh,
Like from the north?
I guess so. It looks like there's a big intersection there.
Okay. Yeah. I would propose we don't go the main road through Karlsruhe. Just to be sure. So
I mean, either way, you're passing by it.
I'm talking about like taking one of the shitty side roads that there are a bunch of instead of going to the main
Okay, I'm gonna
highways.
say that if you do that, it is gonna be night by the time you arrive. But yes, you can do that.
What would be the time we arrive in? Before that?
Like you would still have an hour of light left, maybe hour and a half.
Okay, so then it's safe to
Yeah,
pass
yeah,
the
yeah.
culture.
You're not going at night. So yeah, going directly then I assume. Okay. You arrive at the home. You see two chimerical crows watching from the roof, and one of them takes off with a caw when he sees you start stepping out of the car.
I look at my friends. Is it illegal to hunt birds in Germany? I know they don't like guns. I guess maybe crossbows are legal.
Pulls out spear thrower.
Yeah, out of character. If I hypothetically killed one of those birds, it would be fine, right?
Depends on how much it pisses off the locals. It's chimerical, so like it doesn't leave a corpse the mortals can investigate.
Yeah, no, it's fine in relation with the locals. That's what I'm talking about.
Like the local free. If they are their crows and they're bonded to the freehold, maybe not.
But clearly those are just wild chimerical ghosts near my house.
I mean, you can make that argument. I'm just saying.
Because if they owned that, they wouldn't be using to spy on us. It would be very rude.
Right, because they weren't rude to you when they originally received you here.
No. We had some small differences, but we are all figured out now. And living in peace.
Sure. So, what do you want to do? Settle in for the night, get a shower, etc.
Make sure that the anti-vampire systems is still operational.
Okay. You go inside, you check the anti-vampire systems. Roll a luck dice for me. Okay. One of the solar lamp setups has a post-it note next to it that says, I could really improve this. This is shoddy work. Call me. Number.
Is this Manhart number or a different one?
This isn't Meinhardt's number.
Okay, so I guess it's Linus.
And I'm gonna say that it does look like someone has like taken a look at your occult library. It isn't like it's thoroughly rifled through it, but you can see that the couple of pieces that were left out in the open have been moved slightly. Like someone picked them up with idle curiosity and set them aside.
Degenerates.
Nyaxi, it looks like someone or something has been in the house while you are gone. There is a post-it note and someone seems to have taken a cursory look at the occult library.
What kind of post-it note?
Like, essentially, I can improve this defensive system. Your work sucks. Call me.
Dude, is the number like familiar?
Well, it's a German number. It has the German prefix, but no, it's not one that you've received before.
don't know any Germans. Would tell me to call them for my security.
What the fuck? Where the fuck is he? What is he doing?
I'm confused. It appears to be on some sort of LARP event of some kind, or like some weird show.
Company Fest, can you believe that?
Oh, it's the thing what that companies do when they don't want to pay you more.
I mean, company events can be fun. Like if it's a getaway that's for a couple days, it's actually really cool.
Yeah, but
I
being
mean,
paid
no, like
more-
money first, yes, but like they are fun.
Yeah, no one criticized the pizza parties as unfun.
I know the pizza party is kind of insulting though, especially if you've been working overtime. Although, like, one of my jobs took us to, like, a laser tag place, and that was super fucking fun. Okay, so, rest for the night?
Rest for the night.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking. I'm exhausted.
Okay. Okay. Marinette, when you wake, the ghost is standing over you and pointing towards to your workshop corner with a commanding presence. Like, get to work, bitch, pointing in that direction.
Well, I begrudgingly do it, but I mouth to her, "This is the last time."
Okay. It's like, okay, this ghost has gone too far. I need to be rid of her. Alright. Give me a Dex Crafts roll. And, ooh. It just looks sad that she just sort of steps into whatever you made and just sort of crosses her arms across her chest as if hugging it to herself. Just looks off into space.
As long as she's distracted before we send her away to the farm.
Mm-hmm. Jean-Jacques, you can hear the snicker snack of fabric shears from Marinette's room. And, of course, Lady Alejandra is still sleeping.
Oh, it's good to see people dedicated to their work, so... I would just do the usual, note that I'm home.
Okay? So, cigarettes and coffee, got it.
And crabs. Today is crab day.
Okay? Got it. Eventually, Lady Alejandra wakes and comes downstairs. Today is crap day.
Excellent. Time for some crabs.
Meanwhile, in Chateau de Hurlevent, Kenneth, when did your eyes turn blue? What the fuck? What is happening to us?
But you're fine.
They will have to come back.
Okay, you may discuss your plans for the day, or we can proceed with said plans.
Guess it's just look for the place.
Okay.
While we're looking for a place, I want to pass by a post office to mail these earrings where they came from.
What, the super valuable earrings that let her open doors in any surface that have been useful twice so far? Those super
At a
valuable
price.
earrings?
Unless someone tries and stops me.
Okay, so Mernet suggests that she wants to stop by post office.
Sure. You have an email to send, that's completely fine.
Yeah, they don't necessarily know that you're planning to get rid of the earrings, so you can just do it. Unless you actually inform them that you're doing this.
Well, it's not like I actually say it out loud. I just say post office, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it will be a surprise at some point. I expect you, both being experienced role players, to act as if the option to open a door at any moment when you need to is still available.
Honestly, if you didn't even say that your earrings were supposed to do that, I would still think out of character as well.
Based. Okay, so eventually you finish eating, you prepare, you go outside, you see that your rental car has the air let out of all 4 tires. The caps and the valves are placed neatly next to the tires on the ground.
I guess we're going to rent another one.
Okay. You walk into the city and rent another car. Okay, I assume that you also call someone to, hey, like, AAA or whatever, like, go fix that.
Yeah.
Alright. Then you set out on your way. And head towards Freudenstadt. So, on the way, as you are approaching Freudenstadt, something is going to happen. All of you are going to feel something reach out and pull at you. Like some sort of ancient obligation tugging you to go someplace else, to take an upcoming turn and go help someone or something. Each of you can recover a point of glamour if you accept. If you resist, like if you don't go to help, you are gonna take a banality trigger.
Let's take this off road.
Yeah, I just looked at the more experience with knowledge. Should do this, right? All right.
This is an acceptable place to roll intelligence grammar if you wish. Or you can simply...
I wish.
Okay.
What difficulty?
This is 6. This is face stuff. Yeah, that's a full success. Someone is invoking some kind of an ancient oath that you fall under the provisions of.
Some ancient oath is being invoked by someone there.
Do you think it's a note related to our new place, or is just general?
It must be something we swore in a previous life, perhaps long ago.
Sure.
Or one of your superiors swore on your behalf.
Yeah.
Yes, you have no choice. Oaths need to be kept.
Okay. Then you proceed, and pretty soon you're seeing big placards of in 2024 new resort will open here, and construction ahead, and things like that.
Ah, I see. I also read the Industrial Revolution and its future.
I have no idea what you're talking about. However, you approach a construction site, and in the mostly empty parking lot, what stands out are two cars that, just like black BMWs, the traditional, suited goons cars. And the call is coming from somewhere inside the construction site. In the distance, you hear the pop, pop, pop of 3 rounds being fired off.
I load my new revolver. Right, do you guys think that the ones in the car are...
The cars are empty.
Oh, they're empty, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just loads the revolver and alright, guess we have to kill some, corporate, grunts, to save the environment.
Let's be careful about this.
As Lady Ellender draws her sword, the most noble form of fighting in a gunfight.
Let's perhaps approach the construction site not from the parking space, but maybe from the woods.
Yeah, of course.
You can leave the car on this road and just circle around, or you can go back a ways and try to sneak in. That is not a problem. You are not currently observed as far as you can tell.
Is the site fenced?
It's kind of away from everything, so the area, there's like a one of those drop down bars that you can just go past, and there's a fence, but you can see that like maybe 10-15 meters off the road the fence ends. They didn't bother fencing the entire perimeter.
Yeah, let's sneak around and see if we can get an idea, any intel before we stumble into this mess.
Okay, so you prepare, arm yourselves, and group stealth checks then. Or well, stealth checks in general. Let's see what the average looks like.
Stealth. Okay, I have one dice.
If you're missing willpower, last night you for sure rested comfortably, so you can recover one for staying at your proper rented house.
One. Nice. Yeah, I would also trying to hear the most, like, as we circle around, to see how many people we can hear, if the anything besides the gunshot, so try to do a perception alertness.
I'll let you know as you have opportunities to perceive and perceive extra with rolls.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 1, 2, and a 1. So you are proceeding inwards, and you can see up ahead 2 bodies lying between like horizontally stacked concrete slabs.
Are you trust the construction workers?
No. One of them doesn't look to be wearing like all black the way you would like in a suit. One of them seems to be dressed in the classical bodyguard suit.
Okay. Guess we carefully proceed.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
We might have some micro-tourists helping us inside.
You creep carefully forward. You can hear voices in German from ahead faintly. You can make perception checks if you want to make up what they're saying, or you can spend the time investigating the bodies. I split up as you prefer.
I wanna quickly check if they have a pulse at least.
No. That you can tell.
Okay, then investigate. I will investigate them. Or do you guys think I should also listen? I'm not that good at that.
you can investigate the bodies. Might be useful. At least, like, they might have some identification of what they are.
Yeah, I'll check their pockets and stuff.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Also, give me like a perception medicine.
Okay.
And Dan, are you helping investigate the bodies, or are you looking at the, or trying to hear the voices?
I suppose I'm trying to hear the voices.
Okay, then perception alertness.
Industrial Revolution and its consequences.
And yeah, this is starting to feel like a battle zone. Like, first of all, you're trespassing. Now you're in a zone where firearms are going off. You're at 2 out of 5 ticks for completely losing your shit, Bacon.
Yep.
Okay, for the voices, you have German, right, Dan?
Correct.
Okay, so you are hearing them calling out. There's only one left. Circle around. I think he went in there. I nailed him a couple of times. Things like that. And it sounds like there's a little bit more time because they're not entirely sure and they're being careful. But you are on a timer for how long before they corner whoever is left. And Naxi, with 3 full successes, you roll the body over. You can tell what he died from. He has suffered massive blunt force trauma to the front of his face and to his chest, far more than you would expect a mortal to be able to generate. The other body, however, has maybe 6 or 7 bullet holes in his chest. You dig into one, and you pull out a metal that is definitely not the usual lead. In fact, it has a silvery sheen to it.
Oh.
I say, shit, is that silver?
Yeah, it looks like it might be silver.
I say, in front, like a history whisper, they have guns.
Yes, you do
Yes.
find a 9mm next to the figure that has, like the suited figure. And he has an earpiece attached to a radio.
How many do you think are there left?
I couldn't hear anything. Marinette, do you hear anything?
3 or 4.
I heard 3 or 4 left. I think there's one they're going around to the left, and he sounds like he's injured, whoever's left.
Okay, so I guess I have to protect the one remaining. Actually, let me take this. I just take the earpiece, put it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear them still discussing mission protocols and, whether they should call for backup. And the consensus seems to be no. That there's one left. He's wounded. Mission protocols from the sheriff were to continue the engagement if you get to this point.
Okay, I take the extra pistol and just nod to the others.
Okay, there are 3 bullets left in the pistol. Same silvery bullets.
Let me note down.
In the bodies, like in the suit, you find 1 empty clip and 1 that is still full. So you have a full clip plus 3 bullets.
Important question, is that a Glock or is that a Beretta?
Like, how much does a Glock hold? Like, what, 15, 18 bullets?
It's just the brand, like it's generic 9mm pistol from the system. Just want to know the brand.
Like, whichever one you want. Let's call that this one has a clip of 12 bullets normally.
Let's say it's a Beretta because Glocks look ugly.
Sure.
So
And you know what?
Both.
Let's even say that these all, like this gun has a suppressor screwed on it, and the bullets are, like the gunshot sounds have been muffled.
Okay, so it's a suppressed gun. Makes sense because if it wasn't suppressed, it would be even more loud.
Yeah, masquerade, yo.
So I
Like,
guess if it's on the middle of nowhere with suppressed, might be just some kids are throwing fireworks nearby.
Or
instead
someone's
of those-
hunting in the distance, yeah. Like those.
There's a car backfire.
I know for sure that 2 out of the 3 of you know exactly what is happening here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Dan, but like I know that most of the party knows exactly what kind of an engagement is happening here now.
I think John even in character is understanding, thinking like, these bullets look weird, and Sheriff, that's a weird title.
Okay, what do we do? Do we attack them? Do some of us distract and the other one tries to find our Oath Invoker?
Yes, now would be the time to make the decision. I don't think you can get much closer without them noticing they seem to be on high alert.
I think we should try to ambush them if they're going after the one that invoked the oath and it's wounded. I don't think we can find them before for these soldiers.
Siegfried, I found a blood trail.
Okay, let's go in.
Okay, so you wish to hit them in the rear. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, let me find where I have the goals.
Next time I need to get how many dots of the time realm do I need to do those delay activation rituals?
If you want to delay it on an action, 3. If you just want to time delay it, 2.
Okay, it's for the future. I need to activate my the guns don't see you thing for the future, so I think I need some the one for space and the one for time.
For space, you need...
Yeah, scene.
That's the AoE, yeah.
Scene, yeah, I would need at least one scene for the guns around and 3 time.
Well, for outside areas, like, it's weird how it progresses, because it's a single room, then it's a small building, then it's a, like, moderately sized open space that you can include, and it goes up, like, with weird limitations. But it looks like 2 of them are, like, sort of holding the front, whereas 2 have circled around. You're coming in from, let's say, this side, because you are circled around yourselves, and the guy on this side is the one that found the blood trail. So, yeah, the guy on the left. This is not to scale, but we're going to use this as a general representation.
I guess I never activate Redemers. It's harder to hit me. That's good. How many rounds that would last?
What?
I have 3. He didn't spend on extra
Okay.
duration.
So I have 3 rounds of not being harder to shoot. That's good.
Okay. So, they are... I'm gonna say that this guy looks like he's... You can barely see him. He looks like to be going from the other end to make sure there are no other ways out. And these 2 are creeping in on the first floor of the building, heading in the general direction as well. Whereas this one is holding his position. We can roll initiative. In fact, I think that might be a good idea. And we'll see how the situation develops.
No character was found for selected. Did it work? No, why it's not selecting?
It
Like-
added you to the...
Yeah, but it couldn't really find my attributes for some reason.
And I need you as well.
Check my macro.
That's a 5 as well.
Selected. It should be a selected dexterity. Or did they change API?
I'm not sure. It looks correct, but you don't know.
Yeah, the add selected is breaking.
I have no idea.
Okay, I rolled 7, so that.
And Lady Alandra got a 10.
With dexterity, so 6 more. Good.
Okay, it's pretty good, actually. So yeah, the ghouls are gonna proceed as I described. These two are just advancing through the building, heading towards whatever cellar space this invoker of ancient rites is hiding. This guy is staying by the entrance, presumably, looking nervous, having his gun pointed in that general direction at the ready. And the guy on the far end seems to be doing the widest circle around to check for other exits. And right now they are sort of tightening in and preparing to they're, heading in with the intention of eventually stacking up and preparing to breach. And as you look out ahead, you see another body in civilian clothes here. And you see one more guy that has been killed, presumably by blunt force trauma, and 3 more that have had the area decorated with their guts. Essentially torn apart. And one of those looks like their skull is crushed. This guy is gonna prepare to do a thing, or he's gonna attempt to do a thing, I should say. He's not preparing, he's doing it. Lady Aleandra.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Well, you have to actually tell me. You can't see him,
No,
so you
I
don't
know,
know
it
what
wasn't
he's
showing.
preparing.
It wasn't showing. I'm gonna carefully move up and then walk the weird before I move.
Okay. Invoking the weird. Alright, we'll have to look that up, but I assume you know where the rules are.
Yeah, it's a clamor roll against ambient penalty. It costs me a clamor and a willpower point.
We're gonna call it an 8. This place isn't completed, but this is the death of everything natural for pure profit and shallow commercial tourism, so the area is fucked. Jean-Jacques, you're about to engage in combat, you're preparing to advance. That's another tick on the flashbacks thing.
Oh, yeah, I think he already started getting a bit crazy. There are Germans in the trenches up ahead.
Oh no, it's armed Germans. Sure, you're at 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I guess due to his antithesis, like fulfilling an oath is basically some kind of work, is a duty, and you always need to give your all.
Mm-hmm.
Something he agreed before, so it's a bit shitting himself right now, but he has to do it, so he's going to activate the safety ritual that Kadin gave him, and he's going to try to shoot one of the closer grunts. This one.
Okay. Excellent. And Marinette.
I'm gonna buff the shotgun with Dragon Ire.
Do you wish to do a bunk?
Yes, I do. Hunt them.
Okay, so you just whisper sweet nothings to your precious gun.
Yep.
Okay, let's call it a difficulty 7. To invoke the magic.
Where's what?
This is my bolter. Without me, my bolter is useless. Without my bolter, I am useless. Okay, you have 2 successes. You can have 1 turn of buff, or of 2-point buff, or you can have 2 turns of 1-point buff. Unless you have time, but you didn't say you're invoking time, so. And
It's
you
just
don't.
2 turns of buff will do.
2 turns?
Mhm.
Okay. Jean-Jacques. Like
Right.
Napoleon taught your ancestors, charge.
No, he's going to peek through the corner and fire at him. He's not charging.
Wow.
Like he learned with the French resistance, just shoot the Germans in the back.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
4 dice at 6. Hey, that's a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to do damage.
Yeah, it's
Heavy roll or a 6 base.
6. Nice, so that is 8 lit dice.
Well, that isn't a firecracker. Okay.
I mean, it's just like 15, 20 decibels higher. Clearly the hunter just got closer.
So you shoot him in the back, he stumbles and grabs one of the concrete supports. Doesn't turn around yet. Lady Aleandra. Invoke the weird in advance. Show them true glory.
How far would I advance on this abstracted map?
It's like halfway to melee range, I would say. Maybe. I assume you're not flat out running.
No,
If-
that would be inelegant.
Yeah. Okay. Do they need to roll anything once they notice you?
Willpower once they look at me, I think.
Okay.
Since my beauty is awe-striking, but yeah. Come on, big money. No, it's a failure. Okay, that's a penalty trigger. Which is also 6 at 8, I believe. Clamor at 8, I mean.
Yeah, it might be. Either.
Oh yeah, also, question, one of my clamors invested. I know we said for penalty triggers, we roll the full rating.
That
How
that
about
is
for
just for
invoking
the passive stuff like that. There's a track for.
Okay, so then my
Atlatron.
invoking roll, it should be 5 dice, I need to re-roll it.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay, that's 1 success, that's enough.
Okay. So your Fey essence flickers for a moment as you feel the banality of this location pressing in. One of the places you were warned about, in fact. But you manage to push it away. And, well, how did it look when you were invoking the weird before? Like, describe it to us. Before you became, bound to winter.
Before that... Well, I mean, the only invoking it was Unleashing, which is even more, dramatic in theory, but yeah. It probably looked like, you could probably smell, like, the smell of wet forest in autumn, and just in the corner of your eyes you saw the leaves fall.
Mm-hmm. Now, you still smell the forest and feel the falling of the leaves, but it's more like a chill wind blowing them away. And there is just the hint of wet fur and the things that stalk in the night. But okay. And he will draw his... he's shit at it, but in Krynos form, what are you gonna do? You have to try.
What's that?
That was him attempting to set up a stealth position for an ambush when they come in.
Yeah, we have set stealth positions like that up before, if I remember.
Yeah, he just like tries to climb on the ceiling and falls on his face. Okay. So he's fully visible to the guy at the top of the stairs, we're gonna say, and like flat on the ground, essentially. It seems appropriate for double botch in these circumstances. And the ghouls. Well, they are going to... I'm gonna make one willpower roll for them because they would have to roll a lot. They are effectively gonna take cover where they're not... so they're not out in the open, they're gonna prepare to return fire on multiple angles. You can see the smear of blood left against the pillar where the one that John Jack's shot pressed up against. And, well, they have turned around, they have seen you. What do they need to roll to actually resist your unearthly beauty? I'm going to say that two of them have a direct line of sight.
It's willpower and...
Okay, and what happens if they fail? They're just enthralled?
If they fail, they can only stare awestruck and wonder at me for 1 turn per dot of appearance.
Okay. So
6 turns then?
5, because your glamour is partially invested in the freehold. But the one that is wounded just falls to his knees, blood still running down his side, and just looks up at you as you approach. Gun drops from his fingers and as his hands reach out towards you. The one in the back, honestly, he's gonna make it run to the one who has this fucker trapped, because it's probably what he can do. And the one here, like, fuck it, he has to take out the target. He's gonna take a shot at the person you're trying to rescue. Francis, spend another willpower to ignore wounds and charge, and start spending rage to rip and tear. I'm gonna say that standing up and moving will be his main action, so if he survives, well, he'll reserve 1 rage action for dodging, let's put it that way.
Rage, what a wonderful thing. Just push its celerity.
It is. Was the amount of rage you can spend rounded up or down? I know it was half of your rating.
I don't remember.
We're gonna say that.
And I assume it must be like a minimum 1 or either
Yeah,
either
no,
that or
let's
round up.
say it's rounded up. I think it was. And it doesn't really matter because we're not playing werewolf. Lady Eleandra, you can see from what little you can glimpse of that figure that, you know, he's gonna engage. This one is wounded and in awe. This one is gonna return fire at like the nearest or the most easily hittable enemy. I would
So I can see him.
You can see him enough to know where he is, and he's within where you could reach him and hit him with a sword this turn.
Wait, I could reach him for sword?
Yeah, I would say he's close enough for you to advance and stab.
Okay, can I advance and cantrip him instead?
No, 100%.
I'm not the most capable melee combatant.
Like, you don't even need to touch him. Like, you could cantrip any of them that you can see. So, like, any of these three you can cast your magic on. Unless you have a bump that requires you to...
I just also want to get closer to our target.
Okay, so you want to advance and fuck him up with magic. Sure, 100%. Jean-Jacques. Oh yeah, no, they're wearing those weird Prussian helmets with the spiky bits now. They are preparing to counter-advance on your position and open fire. It's all fucked, it's all fucked.
Yeah. He was screaming out the top of his lungs, in French, die, you German dogs, and he's going to shoot the one that is grabbing his gun and try to find that fired one of his war comrades.
Okay, and Marinette. I would say that both you and Jean-Jacques, well, you at least, because you're using a shotgun, will have to advance a little closer in order to have a clear shot. Because range penalties for a shotgun, like it doesn't have a huge range. But I assume that the plan is to just like delete someone.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and kapow. Okay. So you have your buff, and it's 2 extra for a very solid hit. And I will give him like extra armor essentially for being in partial cover from the blast. I think like 3 dice of soak.
Shotgun is 8, so that's like 11 damage? That's good. Come on, dice. Kill it. Show the sheriff that his ghouls aren't powerful here.
What was the roll again? 1
8.
8 dice.
8 plus 2 from the extra success on the attack, plus whatever you chose for your buff. Did you choose 1 turn or 2 turns?
2 turns. So yeah, it's 11 at 6.
Yes.
Right.
Oof, deleted.
Okay, we're gonna see. Yeah, I'm counting these ghouls as being extras, so they have 4 health levels, not 7. That one is just blown away. His upper body is shredded.
You can even use Mage has this autistic rules that if a human takes 5 points of damage, yeah, it doesn't matter if it has 7 health levels. You're just in shock and the ground dying.
Like previously we ruled that on humans a headshot with 3 health levels just deletes the limb and you're fucked.
Yeah, it's completely fair.
Okay, that one is there. Jean-Jacques, that one got deleted, but this one is apparently attempting to surrender. You remember what you do to surrendering Germans.
Yes, he does. Remembers what they did to the village, the destruction he saw. They all say that they were just following orders, but we know they weren't. So yeah, he will shoot the surrendering German.
That's a war crime. Good thing you're unseelie.
Actually, could he? No, it's too far away to get in point blank range.
You would have to run and gun.
Yeah. So take penalty, because if he was closer, he would just point blank attack.
We're gonna say that like the normal movement on this map is like 2 squares.
Okay, so he won't move closer because the enemies are further away now. But yeah, he's just going to shoot at the body
You
of the
have taken the
surrendering
first trench line.
Yep. Soon we'll be at Berlin.
Home by Christmas.
Nope.
Okay. Lady Leandra, you advance. the ghoul has to make a roll at 8, and he fails. He just goes slack-jawed, and the gun drops from his fingers as he notices you approach.
I'll say wither like a flower in winter.
Okay.
And cast a wither ring.
Okay.
Spending 1 extra glamour to up my actor to 4, so I can affect my enemies.
Is this weird?
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter because
yes,
you
but
are... yeah, you invoked it,
Yeah,
so...
that's why I invoked it.
No, 100%. You got it.
Okay, then, oops.
You hear in the radio, meanwhile, Central, we've been ambushed by unknown enemies.
There we go, that's 4 and 7 dice. Can I have a -1 for the cool slogan I said?
Sure.
Okay, then...
Okay. You see, like, the black of frostbite just travel, spreading from his face like, you know, he was walking through some, sheet of liquid. Just covering his entire body. And then you see something big and furry and much bigger than a normal person just on all fours leap out of the basement, trailing blood from the multitude of holes in his torso. And you see another figure running in this direction. And that's another roll. He succeeds, he's raising his gun, but he's not firing this turn. And, well, he already paid for this, right? So at this point, rip and tear until it's done. +4 and Krynos one, +1 from the claws, so that's a base of 7. So 10 at 6. And 8 at 6. Oh, Jesus! He rips him apart like a chew toy. Actually, I think the appropriate thing here is to roll willpower to see if he can switch the second attack to the one that just arrived.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so... No, I better to roll it like this. You can't trust the sheet. Okay, he succeeds, so he just leaps out, turns, half a second of pause, then a quick nod, and he just erupts into, you know those cartoon furballs, except this is spitting body parts and gore in every direction.
So the rumors that the Russians had bear soldiers is true.
No, apparently these are, wolf soldiers. You wouldn't want to meet a bear soldier, that would be worse. Jean-Jacques, this figure is slowly getting up and trying to follow where the pretty Queen of Winter went. But you can walk up behind him and put the gun to the back of his head to finish it.
Yes, that would be the correct thing to do. And that's for Paris, and I just shot him in the head.
Okay. Then it is over. You have won. As you see the figure just huffing and puffing and slowly sink to his knees and hang his head. Because he is very, very hurt.
I keep finding myself in these medical situations.
Maybe you should buy some medicine.
I shout in French, do we have a first aid kit in the rental?
I think Germany probably has a regulation that there's always one in a rental.
Oh yeah, I think in any car you have to have one or you can get in big trouble.
Well, yeah, but
Actually.
like rentals for sure would follow that. Like personal car might get lost, but
Oh yeah, okay, I'll shout get me the first aid kit, please.
he just coughs up some blood. Some of it splatters on your feet. I didn't expect you to actually come. In German, of course. Although actually no, let's say he says it in English.
I say in English with a happy French accent. An oath is an oath.
Just nods. My thanks. Collapses to the side. And slowly starts reverting to his normal form, which in this case luckily is Homid, because treating a wolf would be even worse for you. You notice as you go by that like on this side there is one more body that is like a black-furred wolf.
Well,
Also riddled with bullets.
I'll focus on our friend. Once I get a first aid kit, I'll try to patch up as good as possible, and then we need to drag him to the car.
Yes. If anyone else has dots of medicine, you can assist for an extra dice.
Yep.
Okay, what attribute should I use? Dex?
Yes. Let's call it a dex, because you need to get the bullets out, because it's poisonous to him, and then close the wounds as quickly as possible.
Okay, I'll spend a willpower point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. That is sufficient. In game terms, though, he is low on rage, even though he still has some because he watched most of his pack get slaughtered. And he has like very little willpower left, and he's mauled, so he is left fucked up.
Meanwhile, Jean-Jacques would be looting to dead German soldiers.
This is Central requesting an update. Please report. This is Central 208 team requesting update. Please report. 08 team, come in.
He's just collecting the Mauser pistols to make good war trophies for his family.
Okay, you are able to gather 9mm pistols, maybe 24 clips of ammo for magazines of silver ammo all told. Damage is the same of a normal bullet. The difficulty to fire and successfully hit is +1 because they are less well balanced.
Okay.
They are essentially good for werewolves and not much else. And you have 9, high quality radios, that kind that good security firms are able to buy.
Yeah, but they are synced to the enemy channel.
Yes, you would have to reprogram, jailbreak them, reset the settings, but yes.
Okay, let me note down.
I take the
So
batteries out for now, I guess.
It's 9 counting the one I already had or not?
Yes, counting the one. There's a total of 9 ghouls here, all of them now dead.
9 suppress Berettas, 9 raid, 9.
I think 9 goals
radios.
is about an appropriate amount to ambush a werewolf pack when you have silver.
And how many clips? Actual clips? Or
2 dozen.
magazines?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
say 24.
So
They don't-
24 magazines.
Yeah, 24 total. That includes the one you already gathered. But you now have no shortage of guns. And maybe you can sell the silver ammo or trade it for something else.
Yeah, we can just melt the silver and sell it.
You can melt the silver. It won't make a huge difference given the amount of wealth you already have, but silver is nice. You could melt it and turn it into a trophy.
True. We need to make silver crowns for us, because we are now winter.
Like full-on crowns, you might not have enough silver, but you
No,
can certainly
just-
make like circlets, yes.
Yeah, just circlets. We are low nobles. We are not kings of winter yet.
It's like Narnia, 4 kings and queens. Okay, for the moment, all is well. Jean-Jacques is piling up the loot. Between all of them, well, there are keys for the BMWs. And it's like maybe 1,000 euros all told between all of them in cash. You know, it looks like someone rich has equipped them. It's just like smartphones that aren't ancient. Like the equipment you might expect from like a well-off bodyguard.
I would ask Lady Alejandra. Lady Alejandra, do you know any powerful title, like a sheriff? They were answering to a man with a title of sheriff. Do you know anyone that, like...
That is an intelligence politics at 8 to know about the workings of other supernaturals.
Oh wait, it's politics. Yeah, then I can roll as well.
Yes.
Oh wait, I rolled it wrong.
Nope.
Sheriff. Yeah, you're pretty sure that that is a mocking title given to the leader of exterminating good werewolves among the Black Spiral Dancers. And Lady Alandra, you think it's a vampire title? It suggests some sort of law-keeping order, but you are unfamiliar with the exact specifics and duties and the amount of power it has, unless you happen to have a specialty.
Only creative, it shouldn't apply.
Yes, it shouldn't.
I say it's some vampire shit, let's get him out of here.
Yeah, connecting to my knowledge. Oh wait, so it's
If it's-
vampires working
it-
for bad werewolves. Fuck.
You're convinced that it's bad werewolves, Bacon, and if it's bad werewolves, you're in extreme danger, because they could arrive during the day. If it's vampires, you're safe. Probably. Safe-ish.
I trust Lady Alejandra, so it's probably both at the same time. It's vampires and bad werewolves working together.
Okay, so you take the guns, you take the radios, and that's about it, right?
Yes, just the guns and radio. I help to bring the guy to the car, and well, I guess we drive home now. I don't think it's a good idea to look for the place today.
Okay, that was Dex stealth to avoid being heard by them. Give me wit stealth, all of you as well. Okay, I'm looking for... Well, I was looking for an average of 2, honestly. So, I'm gonna say that this is gonna increase a counter because we don't want to disappoint Redimer. Because there are cameras, they might have caught glimpses of you, and while it's not like an immediate, hey, we know who these guys are, it is a second point of evidence on top of the reports from that gangrel. And some of the descriptions are similar enough to be suspicious.
Oh, hey, at least we got the pet werewolf we were wanting at the beginning of the session.
That is true, and he owes you. Perhaps even a life boon if you make the argument.
I think he would be a perfect mount for either Kadim or Alejandro.
Yes, take the one tribe that's on good terms with the fucking Fae and enslave him. That's fucking great, Bacon.
Let's be nice to him for now. I mean, hopefully he knows a place where we can bring him to recover, because we can't really give him long-term care.
He might, or alternatively the Freehold will be able to heal him. As in the commoner Freehold, they have healing magics there.
Yeah.
And proper medical facilities, apparently.
Yeah, we're not taking him to the fucking dental field. You're just a moment, buddy. You just have to carry you to this concentration.
Okay, you are able to return him to your home base, such as it is, with no further consequences or disruptions. The previous rental car has been towed away to replace the tires. Honestly, you probably go to the same company and you're like, okay, we'll pay the retrieval fee, someone let out the air from the tires, some hooligan kids, so like, you know, give us a new one.
Alan, do we call a doctor to check on him? What?
We should probably wait until he wakes up and ask him what he wants.
Yeah, right now, effectively, you have... Honestly, you've taken some of those big plasters and you've stuffed tampons into his wounds and put those plasters on top of them.
Right.
And, pulled out the bullets, so that's kind of the extent of the treatment at the moment. He's stable, but he needs surgery. Based on your understanding of mortal medicine, if he was mortal, he for sure would need surgery.
Yeah, just don't wanna... We can't, like, pull a normal doctor into this, what are we gonna tell them happens?
Yeah, exactly.
We need to... Either he wakes up in a few hours, or we bring him to the Freehold, the commoner Freehold.
It's better we wait him to wake up after what he did to Kenneth, and they would just get information. We don't even know about him until we know more.
Let's
But before
see
that,
how well he's
every one
doing.
of you have this. I just give everyone a loaded pistol with silver bullets in case the bad werewolves.
Okay.
Okay, I don't carry the pistol near the wounded werewolf, I don't wanna provoke him.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, he's out of gnosis anyway. He spent all of it to summon you.
Oh my god.
I mean, it worked! So, like, he popped off a level 3 gift and the Fae came to save him. I don't see a problem.
6 left. One magazine is left.
He does wake in a couple of hours, although he's not really able to move. He's badly fucked up, but he is conscious.
Yeah, I step up to the bed and ask, do you have anyone we can call to help you? You are pretty badly wounded.
Yes. Pack member stayed behind. Pants pocket left side.
Okay, I check the pocket.
My pin code is... He tells you his pin, and it tells it's under Remington.
Okay, I'll call... does your friend speak English? I ask in English.
Oh, well, he's Irish, from the English part, so part Irish, kind of. It's complicated. Yes, he speaks English. Oh, I think one
Okay,
of them
I'll
went through a lung. Coughing up blood.
just stop talking. Just rest. I'll call him.
Okay. They pick up on the second ring. How did it go? I thought I would have heard. Are you okay?
What was his name? Did you say?
Oh, Remington.
Are you Remington?
There's a long silence. Where are my packmates?
Your friend. What was his name?
He didn't say.
One of your friends invoked an oath for us to save him, but I'm afraid the rest of your pack was killed by the vampire servants.
Hear the slow grinding crunch of plastic as he's resisting from doing what comes naturally in a situation like this.
Now, I patched up your friend. I didn't ask him for his name. I think his lung was punctured. I patched him up, but he needs medical care, possibly surgery.
Where are you?
I'll give him our address.
Keep him alive. Whatever happens, keep him alive, or else.
I'll do what I can.
Okay.
And then I shout in French, I expect an angry Irishman.
I just shot back. At least we have something in common with the Irish. We all hate the English.
True.
It's maybe 3 hours, and you're like monitoring the guy, trying to, keep him stable, considering what to do. And then faintly in the distance, and then coming closer, you just hear an "woo!" And you know that moment from Officer Rex when he jumps through a window? It's like that as he just yeets in through one of your windows in wolf form and skids to a halt.
Okay.
I say peace, wolf, in English.
His teeth pull back in a snarl, and then he just calms himself and starts transforming, which is incidentally the most disgusting thing you have seen. Because his transformation doesn't seem to go as smoothly. There's a lot more of those sounds of bones snapping and limbs in between states going in weird ways. Until eventually, before you stands a person wearing only shorts, no shirt, no shoes, no socks, not worthy of service, completely hairless, and albino pale.
This way, I say, and point towards the bedroom door.
Okay, he's gonna follow you in. He just has that moment of like shocked surprise, hand over mouth, like, ugh! Francis! Cousin! He rushes to his side. What happened? What happened?
He was shot, as you can see.
How? By who?
We do
What
not
guns?
know. We arrived. We were driving by the construction site where we found your friend. When an ancient oath was invoked, and we answered the call. He was fighting humans. They were answering to a sheriff. I think it's a vampire title, but I'm no expert for such things.
He just goes, no! And you see like fur start to sprout from his arms as he starts to bulk up. No! It is pretty close to the full moon still.
I know how to solve this issue. There's only one thing that can calm down a nourishment. Don't... Just... He's safe now. Don't worry. Here, do you want to drink some whiskey?
He just goes, "No!" Finishes transforming into Krynos form and just takes a swipe out of the, door frame with his claws.
Francis needs you.
He just roars full on in your face and raises a claw. That's 5 successes on the rage roll. That means he's in a frenzy.
I invoke the weird.
Okay.
What's the ambient penalty in our nice holiday home?
I mean, you're all like that. That's structural damage. That's thousands of euros right there. Like, you need a new door frame, you need to repair the wall. They're gonna charge you twice because you're foreigners and they can, milk you for this, so... Okay, you invoke the weird. This place is a changeling place and you've done weird shit here and it's like a proper holiday home. Let's call it it's banality rating, let's call it a 5. You've lived here for a while, it's your place at the moment.
Please. Okay, I invoked a weird.
Okay, now what is higher? Oh, okay. And this is difficulty 8?
Yes.
Okay, his claw just shaking, standing there, slobber running down his face. But somehow, like, you can see in his eyes the signals rip, rare, rend being fired, but they're not reaching the claw.
Okay, we need to just train him, maybe? I say in French, and then I say in English, please, Remington, he needs you, he needs medical help. Get a grip!
Don't have medical training. Revenge!
Do you know someone? Do you know anyone who can help?
Cairn, 200 kilometers away. Too far. Too
We
far.
can bring him to a freehold where they can heal him.
Francis won't die.
He won't die. We will save him.
He just seems to slump down a little as the rage lets go a bit.
Get the car ready, Marinette.
I just say quietly in French, yes, it's the time as he is fragilized. We get a note out of him just to be sure that this thing won't happen again.
I'll keep that in mind. Let's get them to the fucking mayor.
Okay. How strong is Remington on his own? Look, he's reasonably strong. He's gonna gently pick up Francis. Francis just eyes flutter open. Remington, the others. Ambushed, all dead. Fucking leeches. Remington's just like, goes like, shh, sleep, Francis. We'll have our revenge soon. And that's how the sheriff picked up a 3-dot enemy of a werewolf pack, or the remnants of one.
How much would be the amount of draws I need to pay to the mayor to just shoot the werewolf and don't train him out of questions?
Ah, well, now that's interesting because you're taking another supernatural to the freehold. if you at first, I assume you all go together, and the freeholder resists allowing you entry. The path seems to vanish, and the vegetation seems to cover your way and cling at your clothing. But if one of you goes ahead on your own, it will let you through, and you can try and convince them to allow entry.
Yeah, I would go first, as some of them apparently don't hate me that much now, at least a bit. So yeah, Jean-Jacques would go first and just
Yeah, at
try
the
to
base of the
negotiate.
tree, you see Linus just standing in full plate, holding the sword casually in the crook of his arms, like, I wonder what's gonna come through the woods at me right now. This is gonna be fun.
I just... Linus,
Jean-Jacques, what the fuck are you trying to bring to the freehold? Are you fucking stupid?
yes, we are here to ask permission to bring something to be healed.
Jean-Jacques, are you familiar with the basic concepts of our society? The freeholds are our safe spaces. What the fuck?
An oath was invoked, so we have to save a life.
Okay, you're not making any sense. Why the fuck would I give a flying fuck about your goddamn oaths?
Yeah, that's why I'm willing to pay to the freehold to the healing.
Jesus fucking Christ, what are you trying to bring in? If I have to ask you a third time, it's gonna be a
werewolf.
pump in... Fucking werewolf. A fucking... Do you have any idea what the werewolves in this country do? Anyone who sees them for what they are, they slaughter. 2 years ago, 32 mortals killed because they caught a glimpse of a werewolf. 30 fucking 2, they just killed all of them. And you want to bring them here, to the freehold. You've led them toward... No. No. Take him back to wherever you got him from. Then come back, and maybe a healer will go to you. Okay? But you're not bringing him in here. It's not safe. They are dangerous, they are violent, and they are fucking unstable. No. Also, I need to fetch my silver sword.
Alright, understandable. Oh, about that. But
You want to
speaking of
trade for healer services? That we can negotiate. Sure. I think Astrid might have some healing abilities. Maybe she's willing to help. But you're not bringing that fucker in here.
Understandable, and I noticed that I did. I had no idea how big of an issue werewolves were on this land.
Anyone that isn't us is an issue. Where have you been?
Cleaning fucking cam stains on degenerate parties. My life is fucking sucks. But here's an apology. I think the freehold better have some of these around. I give him 2 mags of silver bullets.
He
Standard
takes them,
9mm.
snips them. Okay. We're cool. I appreciate this. But seriously, tell them to head back and then come back and fucking convince us.
I will tell them to wait at our place while I negotiate here.
Okay, so you go back. What exactly do you tell them as they are waiting, behind a wall of thorns, essentially?
Yeah. Negotiating for a healer, but the healing won't be in the freehold itself. it's deemed too dangerous to reveal it to outsiders.
Of course, the commoners, psychotic, weak, and feeble as always. Very well. You can stay here and negotiate with them. I suppose we'll move back to the house.
Francis just like weakly asks, Remington, are we there yet?
I pull out a piece of truss that looks like an autumn leaf that I formed like before we claimed the field and hand it to a Shanshark. Here, in case that will help with your negotiations. I don't have much more on me.
I have some with me. Keep it.
Okay.
Okay. So, what story do you spin for Astrid? Like, why should she give a fuck? Why are you involved with werewolves? What trouble you are clearly not causing? And, how do you explain this away, in other words?
The noble werewolves were fighting against vampire servants, trying to defend the forest from a deforesting campaign. They called for our help. We went there to save them, and I'm willing to pay. No string at. They just need to heal it. They don't need to be connected in anything more of the story. But Genjak's willing to pay. Not only draws, but also with some advanced communication device.
Huh. Astrid will accept the payment of one of those communication devices, with the caveat that she is able to use it to listen in on their conversations for a day or two to get something interesting. If she gets a good story out of it, she's okay with this trade.
And if she doesn't get it?
Then you'll owe her a favor, like a minor one.
Sure. I guess that would be fine. Genjax would be, after seeing a werewolf rip two men apart in a few seconds, he's willing to do that.
that was worth a favor.
Yeah.
She will say that, like, maybe if you describe in exquisite detail everything that happened, and that might be a good enough story that you don't even need to part with the devices, although she'll certainly take one of those as well.
Yeah, he'll try to describe it in an embellished way, but focusing, because he knows that they hate nobles, so we are focusing on the bravery of the werewolves and how they fought against an overwhelming number of servants all armed with silver.
Okay, so I'm gonna require charisma expression roll. This is both to tell the story and to convince the werewolves that they need to tell what they know of the story, at least, the exciting parts, as payment for the healing.
I will be spending a willpower point because my expression is not the best. Charisma expression, 5 dice, that's 6 with a willpower.
That is enough for a full success. You are, not getting fucked. She will learn Francis's name because she needs to, and like a few basic facts from him. Apparently he immigrated a couple of years ago on werewolf business from, Ireland, along with his cousin. And they've been on duty here ever since. And they've been doing their thing. I think the healing one was weird, so she will also ask for 1 point of draws to pay the cost of it.
Okay, I'm willing to pay.
And let's see, she has spring and actor at yay much. And as she does this, you know what? She takes out some finger paints, mixes them with a little bit of his blood, and paints like an illustration. A very bad one, like a stick figure one of his exploits on his body as she heals him. I think that's a reasonable bunk. And 3 successes, I think, means that she can heal 3 points of damage, which is enough to put him at not fucked. I think that puts him at hurt from mold. So that is a very doable thing. And yeah, so that's been explained away. That was something you were already doing. Yeah, I would say this doesn't increase the grievance counter of the local motley, because I'd say you adequately explained away why you were there and what you were doing. So she will do you give her one communication devices?
Yes. It's good to start bribing the peasants.
He's just gonna go be like, thanks, I'll bring it back once they change the encryption. And Francis just like pulling out the last of the tampons of the from the now closing wounds, just looks at you, still pale from blood loss. Thank you. I know the ways of your people, and I know that you will no doubt make some use of this, but I am in your debt.
A friendly smile goes to Jean-Jacques' face.
It's not like the mortals who don't know what they're signing up for. You have aided me in battle. Should you require it, I will do the same for you. I trust that that is fair repayment for your aid.
To werewolf at the chantry.
I mean, having a werewolf to help assault the chantry would be hecka good.
Yep.
And having
And
one in
I'll-
any combat situation is hecka good.
I think the Chantry is specifically good because, oh, you also hate vampires. I guess we could be friends.
Okay, here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna Wayfair unleash you into the chantry. You're gonna look for the eyes.
Yes, my lady, preparing for teleport strike.
Teleportario.
The void shields are down, Lord Captain. Good, prepare the teleportarium.
Other than yes, that would be enough. Do you have a phone number so we could contact you in the future?
Yes, of course. And he is gonna share his phone number with you. Have you less snooped in his phone while he was out?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Even if Jean-Jacques wanted to do that, he doesn't know how to use a phone properly.
Okay, reasonable.
Can only open Candy Crush and call someone.
Well, the werewolves are gonna make their excuses and say that, okay, thank you so much, we appreciate it, but we need to contact our set and report in. see if anyone is available to join our much reduced pack, etc. And
The Sepp maybe sent a handy worker to repair this.
oh yeah, no, like they don't even register that apparently. It's like, okay, must have been there
maybe we'll
before.
This happens all the time at the Sepp. They just fix it every time and it's fine.
But yeah, they will depart. Even though it's nighttime, they don't seem to give a fuck, and they will head off straight into the woods.
It was an interesting day.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I need to sleep.
Same. Yeah, I need another cigar. Yeah, he starts smoking again. Weird times.
Yeah, we can say that again.
The ghost is still hovering there. Not furious, but evaluating. Wondering when you will next make something beautiful.
We have our servants here, don't we? Didn't we say that?
You have
No.
the one driver.
Yeah, I have one guy around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask to borrow him and just to
He's
send a letter
presumably
with-
with Kadeen. You can request that he come over here, but he will not be there until midday next day.
Well, I mean, one of the human ones.
Oh, they're in the freehold guarding that, remember?
Yeah.
You're
I have either
actually...
T3 at the freehold and the one driver dude that is probably on front right now.
yeah, he's,
I mean,
acting as a status symbol for Kadeen.
What's the time of the day then?
Right now, it is dark outside. You have done a lot of waiting for werewolves, medical care, going to the freehold, etc. It's heading into nighttime.
Oh, yeah, I guess the post office will shut early then. Damn it.
It's Germany. They love having their free evenings. Although I'm not sure if that also applies to government institutions, but I assume it does.
It's government institutions. They are always very lazy.
Yeah.
Actually,
get
you would
weekends
know,
off.
but I assume everything's closed in the evenings.
Guess it's just gonna have to wait.
Okay. Then I think this is a good spot to wrap, as you are like, okay, that was intense.
It really was.
Imagine this from the other side. Okay, this is looking like a TPK. What do? I invoke my gift to summon Fey allies and I pump all of my gnosis into it.
Not fair enough.
Didn't know that werewolves could invoke Fey allies. I thought, oh, maybe he will.
One
Very
tribe,
interesting.
one gift. And it says
Yeah,
that
the
it normally...
Fianna can do it.
Yeah, like it says it normally summons Chimera, unless changelings just happen to be around in the normal world, and then you need to pay extra gnosis to summon something other than Chimera.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, and I read that and I was like, yeah, oh, I thought something like that was in Werewolf. I have to use this. Guess they're Fianna now. I have like a list on each of the werewolf sheets on every gift I gave them, by the way. So Nyaxi, your thoughts in character and out?
In character, Lady Alejandra just wants to sleep for 4 days straight at least.
Uh-huh.
She's really exhausted, but proud that she was able to, hold the oath. Like a true noble should. The commoners, on the other hand, are filth. They have no empathy for our brethren, the fellow children of the dreaming, even if now estranged.
You know, you could make the same argument about the Fomorians being fellow children of the dreaming.
Yes, I mean, but we haven't had. If they don't have an oath to invoke, it doesn't count.
Well, the oath wasn't invoked on the commoners.
And let's be honest, our good friend Datlaf is a cool guy, right?
Yeah, he even has a name, a Francis, a good name.
Okay, and out
And they're
of
fellow
character.
foreigners like us. Out of character, I'm glad we didn't fucking die.
It's just 4 ghouls and they were distracted. How bad could it get?
I mean, we can't even get so lethal unless we invoke.
Well, neither can they, except with their fortitude. But
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, fair enough. But yeah, like, if anyone of us got hurt, right? I personally don't want to go on a recovery spa into the fucking commoner freeholder.
I mean, if you get hurt, if you are capable of traveling, you can just dip into your freehold and you'll heal pretty fast.
Yeah, but they would have to carry me through the concentration camp or something like that. It would be ugly.
Step aside, she needs an emergency shower.
Yeah, but I'm just glad that didn't happen. And that Francis survived, of course.
Mm-hmm. And Bacon?
My character Jean-Jacques is absolutely he's going crazier and crazier now. Not only vampires, not our bad werewolves around, at least a good werewolf owns him a favor, but shit is just piling on. He's starting to hate the Germans even more. Doesn't matter if they are fellow commoners, they're annoying as fuck. But mainly Linus, the way he described the werewolf, Jean-Jacques almost just said back at his face, yeah, you're describing yourself.
That's when
Yeah,
he
you can
takes
really-
a snack.
You can really see where, like, the redcaps and the vampires are basically, 2 lines down the road from the same being.
Yeah, Jean-Jacques is really stressed out and pissed at the local Germans and how fucked up this place is. France is so much better.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is next life, Jean-Jacques is like, what do you mean tourism? What do you mean construction site? Commoner
his
freehold? Oh no!
He just needs a good book like The Industrial Society and its Future.
Okay, and what about out
And
of character?
out of character, yeah, I was really worried that we all would be dead when that werewolf raged on us. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. Well, we fucked up. Just one dice roll, we are all dead. GG.
I was gonna have him trash your place instead of you because it wasn't a worm frenzy.
Okay, yeah, but
But yeah, like he would have demolished the house, like demolished it.
yeah. Honestly, he would go for us because Jean-Jacques doesn't really understand. He sees a werewolf turning and raging and start destroying place. Oh no, I have to protect my friends.
Well, yeah, if you pulled silver and shot at him, yeah.
So I was just ready for okay, yeah, that's everyone dead.
Kadeen returns to the guest house decorated with your remains. Okay, fair enough. And Dan, thoughts in character and out?
In character, Marinette's surprised that Tiki came back so fast from Oblivion. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. And she just wants to be rid of her now. She realizes that there's no reconciliation between them, so she needs to go back to the collection with the rest of her friends. And out of character, glad I got to shoot that guy. He got
Oh.
destroyed.
Ah, yes. A kill. Always lovely. Alright, well then, I guess we can stop here. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.